Chapter 300. Han Chuxue thought it might be a coincidence, so she didn't think too much about it. She walked inside. Lin Xian led them to a seat about 10 meters away from Linya. However, there were a few rows of people in between, so it was impossible for them to bump into each other. Damn! Lin Xian was stunned when he turned around. What was going on? Why was Linya sitting between Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue? Moreover, he was holding each of their hands in one hand, chatting and laughing with them. The reason why he could see them smiling was because they would look at each other from the side when they were talking. Lin Xian could only see the side of their faces, so he could naturally tell if they were smiling or not. Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue were also smiling. What the hell? Was this a professional smile or a genuine smile? Come to my house for dinner when you have time. I'll cook for you, Linya said with a smile. Linya couldn't tell who was older between Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. Therefore, she didn't call herself older. She only felt that these two girls were too beautiful, and their auras were too noble. If they could get together with Lin Xian, it would be a wonderful thing. Can I? Linglong Shui asked tentatively. She realized that she liked this kind of ordinary life. She even tried to get used to it and make friends. Moreover, Linya gave her a very good feeling. Of course. You are little Xian's friends, so you are my good friends, Linya said with a smile. Okay. By the way, Linglong Lingyue, how old are you? Linya could tell how old they were. She felt that they were older than her, but she couldn't tell. 1100. Linglong Shui was about to say her age when she realized something. She had lived for more than 1,000 years. However, a void fox had a lifespan of 1,000 years even if she didn't have any cultivation. She couldn't be treated like a normal human. 23. Linglong Shui said. 23. I'm also 23 years old. I'll be 24 soon. I should be older than you, right? Linglong Shui nodded slightly. Xiao Runing knew Linya's painstaking efforts to find a girlfriend for Lin Xian, but Lin Xian didn't lack a girlfriend. She was used to it. But Lu Yufan was unhappy. Jealous. Sob sob sob. Ling Ying. How should I put it? I'm already used to it. Where is Ling Yu? Ben. I'm also 23. They were very smart. Although they hadn't adapted to this era, they knew that telling the truth would cause a lot of trouble. Ahaha, that little fairy, why are you sitting with them? Miss Xiao is in the front row waiting for you to chat, Lin Xian hurried over and said. It's all right, Linglong Shui said gently. Lin Xian's mouth was wide open. What the F***CK? You're Linglong Shui? Who are you? Hurry up and leave her body. Really? Linya had a magical power that could make all kinds of girls gentle. No, to be precise, it might be because of Lin Xian, because they knew that Linya was Lin Xian's older sister. Xiao Runing also smiled. It's all right, we're all friends. Besides, I can chat with them too. Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. I'm leaving. It wasn't good to stay here for long. He'd better go sit with Miao Xiao Miao and the others. Then you have to call me Big Sister Linya. Linya smiled. To have Linglong Shui, who had lived for more than 1,000 years and was at the virtuality realm, call her big sister, if it was anyone else, she would have died already. However, Big Sister Linya. If Lin Xian was here, he would kneel down to Linya. Big Sister, you're the best. Big Sister Linya, this is for you. A purple fruit appeared in Linglong Shui's hand and she handed it to Linya. This is? Eat it when there's no one around. It's good for your body. Really? Linglong Shui didn't know why. Why was she willing to call Linya big sister? Why was it that when Linya was around, she seemed to become a different person? She forgot her identity and her strength. She didn't even know. She didn't even realize it. She even felt that they were getting along very well. Was it because she felt comfortable making friends? Or was she Lin Xian's big sister? Actually, it was both. Somehow, Lin Xian's position in her heart had become deeply rooted. Even if Lin Xian disappeared from her world forever, she would never forget Lin Xian. She might even not get used to it. She might have already fallen in love with a sloppy lecher who always made her want to beat him up. There was a saying that went, "A woman dresses up for the one she loves." However, this saying also extended to another realm. In front of someone you like or care about, or someone special, a person, regardless of whether it was a man or a woman, would definitely present a different aspect. Of course, if you like someone, after confirming their relationship, it wouldn't be so accurate. But if you don't have a confirmed relationship, it would definitely be accurate. Look at Ling Ying and Lu Yufan. They were so obedient in front of Linya. Ling Ying was super obedient and took the initiative to cook. But with the innocent Lin Xian? She kept saying that she was hungry and asked Lin Xian to cook for her. This was the difference. Maybe Ling Long Shui was the same. Lin Xian had a special meaning to her. Knowing that Linya was Lin Xian's big sister, she would also treat her special. As for Bing Lingyue, of course, she didn't like Lin Xian. However, she was obedient because of Ling Long Shui. In many aspects, she did things based on Ling Long Shui. If Ling Long Shui hated someone, she would kill that person without a second thought. Ling Long Shui was obedient in front of Linya, so she had to be obedient too. Why don't you let us sit with your sister? Big sister Ling Ying is there. Big sister Ning Ning is there too. Why don't you let me go? After Lin Xian sat down, Miao Xiao Miao looked at Lin Xian unhappily. Lin Xian had a headache. Outsiders only saw that he had many beautiful girls around him. However, when there were many beautiful girls around him, trouble came with it. You're just a little kid. You don't understand. Firstly, my IQ is higher than yours. Secondly, I'm not young anymore. Miao Xiao Miao puffed out her chest in defiance. She didn't know if it was subconscious or not. All right. It's useless no matter how hard you try. Miao Xiao Miao was speechless. Then she went crazy. Hey. Image. There are tens of thousands of people here. Lin Xian quickly said. Miao Xiao Miao looked at the people around her and let go of her hand. Lin Xian then explained, "It's not that I don't want you to go. It's just that it's not convenient." Why is it not convenient? Miao Xiao Miao asked. Wang Xintong glanced at Lin Xian. She might have guessed something. She wasn't stupid. It was hard to say if this girlfriend of hers was the only one. However, she felt that it wasn't bad to be able to accompany him. She pretended to be stupid. Perhaps it was smart of her not to expose him. Lin Xian had a headache. As expected, it wasn't easy to be a scumbag. Chapter 301. Look, there are so many people over there and you don't know them. It'll be troublesome if you go. Lin Xian didn't know what he was saying anymore. First, I know them. Second, what's the trouble? There are still empty seats over there. Okay. Go ahead. Lin Xian said helplessly. It didn't matter if Miao Xiao Miao went. Miao Xiao Miao snorted proudly and walked over. She knew Xiao Runing and Ling Ying, so she had a reason to go. Sister Chanqian, you're not going? Wang Chanqian smiled and said, I'm not going. I don't know them. Tong Tong, where are you? I'm not going either. I'll stay here and chat with Sister Chanqian. Wang Xintong said with a smile. But how should she put it? She didn't feel comfortable. She wasn't stupid. Why didn't Lin Xian let her go in the beginning? It must be because it wasn't convenient. There were only girls over there. How could it be inconvenient? It must be because it wasn't convenient for her. She was Lin Xian's girlfriend. Either one of the girls over there was Lin Xian's girlfriend, or Lin Xian didn't want her identity to be known and affect him from picking up girls in the future. Anyway, that was what Wang Xintong thought. He was a real scumbag. She guessed right. Lin Xian was really like that. He was afraid that Wang Xintong, Ling Ying, and Lu Yufan would meet and talk about him for no reason. If that happened, he would collapse. Although Wang Xintong felt wronged and felt that it was indeed Lin Xian's fault, she wouldn't say it out loud. Unless they met face to face and Lin Xian saw her, then she would say it out loud. Because she felt that this was quite good. She didn't know anything. Lin Xian was also very good to her. If Lin Xian was really a scumbag, he would have pushed her down a few times and wouldn't have stopped. Wang Xintong comforted herself like this. Alright, I won't go either. I'll stay here with you. Lin Xian grinned. He wanted to go, but he couldn't. That was a forbidden area. On the other hand, the attention attracted by this group of beautiful women was self-evident. But it was still okay. After all, they were here and only a group of people who were very close to them could see them. Therefore, the commotion wasn't that big. Moreover, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue were inexplicably obedient to Lin Xian. They hadn't even taken off their caps yet. Basically, all the students had already taken their seats. The instructors from the Sky Martial Court and the Tianhua Academy had also arrived. Of course, their position was also the best, not far in front of Linya and the others. The banquet started at 7 p.m. sharp. It was now 6:50 p.m. The dean of the Sky Martial Court, Chan Yi-ba, walked up the stage and gave a speech for about 5 minutes. After that, the lights in the hall went out and the surroundings were plunged into darkness. Only the huge stage had a faint flickering light. Click, 2 spotlights shone on both sides of the stage. Then, 2 figures slowly walked out. Yi Yi and Qin Xiaotian. Wow! Instantly, screams, applause, and cheers came from the crowd. Regardless of whether it was Qin Xiaotian or Yi Yi, they were both influential figures in the Tianhua Academy. One was one of the most powerful experts, the other was one of the most beautiful girls in the academy. It was normal for them to have such cheers. Yi is very beautiful today, Wang Xintong said softly beside Lin Xian. They could only be said to know each other. However, they weren't good friends because they didn't have much interaction. Yes. Yi Yi was wearing a white evening gown for such an occasion. She was also tall and could afford to wear such an evening gown. Perhaps the only flaw was that she was still a little immature. In another 2 years, she would definitely be even more beautiful. As for Qin Xiaotian, he was dressed in a suit and leather shoes. He looked quite human. After the applause and cheers died down, Qin Xiaotian and Yi Yi began the normal opening of the banquet. Then, one after another, they started to perform. Isn't that Han Chushue here? Isn't she nearby? Lin Xian looked around curiously. He had seen photos of Han Chushue before. However, all he could see was her back. Logically speaking, she should be sitting with Ling Ying. However, Ling Ying and Linya were sitting together. Lin Xian didn't see a particularly beautiful figure there. On the other hand, Linya, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue were chatting happily. Linya was simply too satisfied with them. They were beautiful, elegant, and well-mannered. Their speech and actions were very elegant. She didn't know where Lin Xian had met such beautiful girls. Linglong Shui was even more abnormal. She smiled and chatted with Linya the whole time. Lin Xian had known Linglong Shui for a short period of time. He had spent a lot of time with her, but he had never seen her smile. However, when she was with Linya, she actually smiled so much. Lin Xian expressed that he didn't know how beautiful Linglong Shui was when she smiled. He really wanted to see it once. However, he only saw the side of her face every time. Linglong Shui. How should she put it? She really didn't understand why she had changed. Was it because of Lin Xian? She wasn't sure. Anyway, she only knew one thing. She liked the feeling of being with Linya. She liked the feeling of being with her. It made her feel relaxed. There were no more things that troubled her. She was even willing to talk to Linya about things or experiences that she found interesting. She felt that maybe this was the kind of friend that Bing Lingyue was talking about. She and Bing Lingyue were friends, but with Linya, they should be considered friends, right? Sister Linya, are we friends? Ling Longshui glanced at Linya and asked. On the stage, a few beautiful girls were singing and dancing. Linya nodded, of course. This is what friends are like. Ling Longshui's lips curled up slightly. Not bad. That's right. She liked this feeling. She only regretted one thing now. Why didn't she come to live in the human world earlier? The human world, the interactions between humans, and the various things in the human world was so interesting. Of course, there were bad people here, but she felt that there were more good people. And the interactions between monsters? It was very scary. She was neutral, so it was fine. No, to be precise, she was strong enough to avoid some things. However, the monsters in the lower levels might get along well with each other, but who knew that they all had thoughts of killing each other and taking the treasures of the other? This was a monster. Between monsters, besides being close to each other, it was more of a mutual benefit. They might have to worry about being stabbed in the back. Humans might be worried too, but it was definitely not as scary as monsters. For a moment, she even wanted to stand on the side of the humans because she didn't want such a beautiful scene to be destroyed in a war between different races. But she couldn't do it. The Void Fox was strong in the Absolute Realm, but she couldn't go against the entire monster race and the Myriad Monster Alliance. Chapter 302. Lin Xian saw that Ling Ying left his seat and went to a corner. The corner was close to the front, but because it was at the edge, no one sat there. However, there was a girl in a white coat sitting there alone. Many people noticed her, but no one went over. Why don't you sit in the middle? Ling Ying sat next to Han Chushue and asked with a smile. It's all the same. Han Chushue replied faintly. Go, I'll introduce you to some friends. Han Chushue shook her head. No need. She didn't like to make friends. To be precise, it wasn't that she didn't like it, but with her personality, she didn't want to make friends. Who didn't want to have a lot of friends? You're still not going on stage? Why? You're leaving after watching? Ling Ying asked with a smile. Han Chushue nodded. Then you'll have to watch until the end because my performance is the finale. Han Chushue didn't have much of a reaction. I heard that you're acting in a musical with a guy? When Ling Ying invited Han Chushue to watch, he only said that she had a performance, but he didn't tell her what she was going to perform or how many people she was going to perform with. Han Chushue only knew about it when she heard other people's discussions. Yeah, you know him, that Lin Xian. Ling Ying said. I don't know him. Han Chushue shook her head slightly. Let's go, I'll introduce you to him. Although this person is quite an idiot, he's still quite good. If Lin Xian was here, he would definitely be unhappy. You idiot, your whole family is idiots. F***ck. Of course, Ling Ying didn't mean to scold Lin Xian. Not interested. But, why are you so close to a guy? Suddenly, Han Chushue remembered that day at Ling Ying's house. She saw something bad in the trash can. Could it be that it was that Lin Xian? That shouldn't be possible, right? However, Lin Xian's reputation in Tianhua City had been growing recently. First, he had saved dozens of people from the Sky Martial Court. Then, he had the space attribute. Later, he had saved many people from Lin Feng City. Needless to say, he was outstanding. Han Chushue was also slightly surprised, but she was not interested. Because her heart already belonged to someone else. Although that person was already dead and had changed her, it was still difficult for her to get over it in a short period of time. Ahahaha, making friends. Ling Ying laughed. Han Chushue also knew Ling Ying very well, just like how Ling Ying knew Han Chushue. That's right, Ling Ying did like to make friends, but to be honest, they were only true friends. There weren't many other good friends, let alone making friends with a boy. Even acting in a show with a boy was something that Han Chushue felt was impossible. It must be an extraordinary relationship for this to happen. It had to be said that Han Chushue really knew Ling Ying. You're my friend, and so is Lin Xian. Do you think it's wrong for me to introduce you to each other? If you don't get to know him, you're not giving me face. Ling Ying also didn't understand why he wanted to introduce her boyfriend to her best friend. Wasn't she afraid that something would happen between them? Of course, he wasn't afraid. He knew Han Chuxue too well. It was impossible for anything to happen between her and Lin Xian. Moreover, Han Chuxue's heart was now firmly locked by the man who died for her. It was even more impossible for anything to happen between them. Perhaps Ling Ying introduced them to each other because he felt that Lin Xian's flamboyant personality might have a good influence on Han Chuxue. It might even help her walk out of the haze. No way, Han Chuxue said decisively. Ling Ying, how boring. Sigh, you'll be a widow for the rest of your life. Ling Ying sighed. Han Chuxue didn't respond. Hey, I say, what's the point of liking a dead person? Ling Ying couldn't stand Han Chuxue anymore. He couldn't help but raise his voice. They had argued about this countless times. Ling Ying understood Han Chuxue's feelings, but he felt that it wasn't worth it for her. Based on what? I don't know. You're avoiding it again. Ling Ying shook his head secretly. She always used, I don't know, to avoid this question. Perhaps. Han Chuxue really didn't know. Forget it, forget it. You can just stand here and wait. Ling Ying walked away angrily. After about half an hour, Lin Xian and Ling Ying went backstage to change. Sister Qianqian, we should go now. Lin Xian received Ling Ying's message and said to Wang Qianqian. Okay. Lin Xian glanced at Wang Xintong and said, why don't you go sit with Fan Fan and the others? Wang Xintong smiled and shook her head. No need. I'll just sit here. Okay then, I'll go first. Good luck. Then, Lin Xian brought Wang Qianqian backstage. Ling Ying had already changed into her costume backstage. She was wearing a blue and white ancient dress. It was really beautiful. She was putting on makeup under the hands of the makeup artist. Actually, with her talent, she could do without makeup. However, if she put on some makeup and tied up her hair, the effect would be better. Lin Xian and Wang Qianqian had already decided on the time. At which point in the song, she needed to change the scene into a world of ice and snow. At which point, she needed to cancel the power of ice and snow. It was very simple and didn't require too much manipulation. There was a skit going on in front of the stage. It was about 10 minutes long, so Yi Yi and Qin Xiaotian had time to take a break. Senior Ling Ying, you're so beautiful. Yi Yi couldn't help but say enviously when she saw Ling Ying's appearance. You're very beautiful too, Ling Ying said with a smile as the makeup artist did her makeup. What about me? Lin Xian looked at Yi Yi and asked. Why aren't you changing? Yi Yi looked at Lin Xian and whispered. It's easy. Just put it on. Then, Lin Xian took his clothes and took off his jacket and pants on the spot. Hey. Are you a hooligan? There's no changing room. Ling Ying really couldn't stand Lin Xian, this bastard. There were still many people around. It's fine. It's not like I'm empty inside. Lin Xian quickly changed into his costume. He was wearing a white ancient dress with a sword at his waist and a fan in his hand. He indeed looked a little like a human. Come over and put on some makeup. Another makeup artist said with a smile. I also need to put on makeup. I feel that I'm quite a natural beauty. I beg of you, don't be so confident, okay? Ling Ying said helplessly. Lin Xian, Yi Yi, who was beside him, held back her laughter. You also need to put on a wig, the makeup artist said with a smile. All right. Lin Xian swore that this was definitely the only time he would put on makeup. Qin Xiaotian walked over. His first attention was on Wang Qianqian, who was beside him. Wang Qianqian naturally saw Qin Xiaotian and knew that he was the target. However, she didn't give him a second look. Otherwise, it would be troublesome if he became suspicious. Chapter 303. Qin Xiaotian smiled and asked Ling Ying and Lin Xian, You really don't need me to set up the scene? Ling Ying said, No need. My friend is already here. Although you might do better in the mysterious heaven realm, my friend's mysterious body realm is enough. Ling Ying's outfit was complete. She was so beautiful that she could die. Even Lin Xian wanted her to not take it off. She could wear it home tonight and do something. It would definitely be comfortable. Wang Chanqian said slightly, "Hello, I'm Wang Chanqian. Nice to meet you." Qin Xiaotian smiled slightly. "Qin Xiaotian. I know you." Wang Chanqian laughed softly. "Oh. Qin Xiaotian, you're very famous in Tianhua City." "Haha, you flatter me." Qin Xiaotian laughed in his heart. Could this Wang Chanqian be an admirer of his? Even if she didn't reach the level of an admirer, she should have a good impression of him, right? In that case, if he could ask her out, it would be easier to make his move. After all, if he simply followed her and wanted to find a place where there was no one around, it would be too difficult to make a move. No. You're really famous. Many of my friends have heard of you." Wang Chanqian showed a slight look of admiration. It was very slight, but it could be felt. Lin Xian held back his laughter. This Wang Chanqian had the potential to be a movie queen. And she had a good grasp of it. After all, she was 26 years old, but no one could tell that she was 26 years old. Lin Xian had personally experienced it. "And I'm also of the ice attribute. Your ice attribute's power is what we want to imitate." Qin Xiaotian smiled slightly. "It's not that powerful. It's just rumors." "Of course it's powerful." Qin Xiaotian smiled but didn't say anything. "Actually, I'm more powerful," Lin Xian said with a smile. Yes. Young Master Lin is the powerful one," Qin Xiaotian said. If Lin Xian praised Qin Xiaotian at this time, it would make him suspicious. "Thank you for your support, young Master Qin." Ha. Lin Xian smiled. After 10 minutes, Lin Xian was also done with his makeup. Long gown and folding fan, white clothes fluttering in the wind. However, it was indeed necessary to put on some makeup. With such a long gown and folding fan, white clothes fluttering in the wind, coupled with your dark skin, it would look like a drama. Of course, Lin Xian wasn't too tanned, but he wasn't a pretty boy either. He still needed to whiten his skin. Yi Yi and Qin Xiaotian went to host, while Lin Xian stood up backstage and walked around. "How is it?" To tell the truth, Ling Ying was stunned. Lin Xian's appearance wasn't too good, but it wasn't bad either. He usually had bangs, and Lin Xian with bangs was indeed quite handsome. However, for some people, having bangs and not having bangs was completely different. Ling Ying had seen Lin Xian without bangs before. It was alright, not bad. However, when he removed his bangs and changed into an ancient costume, coupled with an ancient wig, it really gave off the feeling of a hero that Ling Ying had once imagined. In his imagination, Lin Xian was invincible, standing on top of a mountain, with the breeze blowing his clothes and hair, hugging her. Wow! Wait! The invincible hero suddenly turned into a sloppy Lin Xian. The atmosphere that was suddenly created was gone. Ding! Feeling Ling Ying's infatuation, scumbag man points plus 10,000. Ding! Little sister is disappointed. Scumbag man points plus 10,000. Lin Xian. This Ling Ying was crazy. Hey! Lin Xian waved his hand in front of Ling Ying. After a few moments, Ling Ying finally reacted. His pretty face was slightly red, and he quickly coughed to cover up his embarrassment. Wahahaha, you were stunned by my handsomeness. Lin Xian laughed with his hands on his waist. Wang Chanqian, who was beside him, was holding back her laughter. As expected, it was still Lin Xian. The moment he opened his mouth, the feeling of a hero was instantly gone. However, to be honest, Wang Chanqian was also stunned. As long as Lin Xian didn't open his mouth, his outfit really suited him. No way, Ling Ying muttered. Then, he looked at Lin Xian and said, "It's alright, it's barely acceptable. At least the audience won't see it." "That's it? I beg you, don't say anything. You'll lower yourself if you do." Lin Xian. Do you really want me to speak like this? Baby. Lin Xian suddenly pressed Ling Ying against the wall with a deep and magnetic voice. His eyes were incomparably deep as he looked into Ling Ying's eyes. The people around them were stunned. Damn. Lin Xian was pressing Ling Ying against the wall. Really, her heart was pounding. Lin Xian felt a little interesting. This feeling was just right for the male lead of this musical. No, she wanted to push Lin Xian down. Ling Ying slowly closed his eyes. Lin Xian. I say, big sister, why did you close your eyes? Ling Ying. Bang. Then, she blushed and kicked him. Luckily, Lin Xian reacted quickly. Damn. This girl couldn't have been asking for a kiss just now, right? Lin Xian was dying of laughter in his heart. Was he really that handsome? Was he that attractive to girls? Ling Ying's face was red. She was embarrassed and angry. Bastard. God. Just now, she actually couldn't help but close her eyes and wait for Lin Xian to kiss her. Was this still her? When did she become such a love-struck fool? But she really didn't understand why she closed her eyes for no reason. There were so many people around. Was it because Lin Xian gave her that special feeling? Damn it! The most infuriating thing was that this guy actually said it out loud. It was too infuriating. This feeling was like a boy sending a girl home, and the girl asking him if he wanted to go upstairs for a drink. The boy would have the wrong idea. After going upstairs, he would ask the girl for a drink. Actually, the girl didn't have any intention of hinting. She was really just asking if he wanted a drink. Then, the boy would feel awkward. That's right, Ling Ying had a similar feeling at this moment. Damn it! But to be honest, you're really handsome. You really have a white robe fluttering in the wind. It's the kind of feeling that girls yearn for in their hearts. Wang Chanqian said from the side. Really? Lin Xian looked at Wang Chanqian and raised an eyebrow. Provided that you don't speak. Lin Xian. Lin Xian looked at himself in the mirror narcissistically. He really did have such a feeling. Sigh, indeed. The most troublesome thing is waking up every day. Lazing in bed. Ling Ying asked. No, after waking up and washing up, I feel troubled looking at myself in the mirror. Why do I have to be so handsome? Ling Ying. Go to hell. A few of the young ladies laughed and said, but Lin Xian, you're really suited for ancient costumes. This is purely based on fate. You can consider acting in ancient costumes. I guarantee that you'll be chosen by the director. You'll definitely become a big star. That awesome? You have to believe that we girls have the same taste. When watching TV, it's all about the appearance. Your appearance is just average, Lin Xian. But when you're dressed in ancient costumes, it's really a qualitative leap. You'll be popular. Lin Xian also wanted to act. It just so happened that Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue liked to watch TV. Wahahaha. Chapter 304. Of course, Lin Xian was just thinking about it. He did not have the energy to do such a showy thing. This was because the era did not allow it. Life was worth it and the future was promising. He had other things to do. Perhaps in the future, the things he would do would be even more dazzling than what he did on that dazzling stage and the big screen. Are you nervous? Ling Ying asked. To be honest, even she was nervous. This was her first time. Lin Xian was a little nervous as well, but he was much better. He did not put on airs and did not want to embarrass himself or perform perfectly. He just wanted to do his best. Ling Ying did not put on airs either. She just wanted to give a beautiful performance with Lin Xian. Time passed slowly. Lin Xian, Senior Ling Ying, it's your turn next. Get ready backstage. Yi Yi ran over and shouted, coming. Then, Ling Ying, Lin Xian, and Wang Chanqian walked over together. 5 minutes later, the second last performance was over. Accompanied by a round of applause, Yi Yi walked onto the stage. Next up is the last performance of this year's gala. Lin Xian from the Sky Martial Courts Junior Class and Ling Ying from the Sky Martial Courts Senior Class will be performing the musical, The Snow Between the Brows. Please enjoy. Wow! Most of the people present had been waiting for this performance. Whether it was Ling Ying or Lin Xian, they were both influential figures in Tianhua Academy. Especially when the two of them were performing in a musical together, it was even more exciting. Linya and the rest were chatting. When they heard that it was Lin Xian's performance, they immediately stopped and focused all their attention on the pitch-black stage. It was extremely quiet. The prelude slowly played. The lights on the stage lit up. Along with the lights on the stage, snow began to fall on the stage. Behind the stage, there was a big screen. This allowed the people in the distance to see everything on the stage clearly. Accompanied by the sad and beautiful background music, a voice slowly drifted over. The so-called Zhonghu Road is nothing more than her holding an umbrella and saying, "Then came the voices of men and women. Don't let me down." Linya was shocked. This is little Xian's voice? She could tell that this was indeed Lin Xian's voice, but how could Lin Xian produce such an emotional and heart-tugging voice? Sound was also a must-have in a musical. If it wasn't good, then they would just leave the show. However, Lin Xian's voice, coupled with the falling snow and the background music, made many people subconsciously place their hands on their hearts. So, the two figures turned into two streaks of light and rushed towards the stage. Accompanied by the heavy snow and music, they actually started a sword fight on the stage. Ling Ying's beauty was within everyone's expectations, but when they saw the white-robed Lin Xian, they were all stunned. Everyone was shocked, but there were three people who were more shocked than anyone else. In the distance, when Han Chuxue turned from Ling Ying to Lin Xian, she even subconsciously stood up. Her beautiful eyes shone with a strange splendor, and there was even a trace of sparkling in them. The sparkling splendor in her eyes accompanied the splendor. This face. It's him. Is it him? The person in her memory had bangs. Moreover, it was still dark, so it wasn't too clear. It was an ancient costume. There was a slight difference. But when she saw this face, she subconsciously felt that it was him. No. He's dead. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. Han Chuxue comforted herself and slowly sat down, but her heart couldn't calm down. Her beautiful eyes stared intently at the stage. She wanted to confirm it was very simple. She just needed to see Lin Xian without the ancient costume and wig. She really wanted to know. The other person was Linglong Shui. When Linglong Shui saw the current Lin Xian, her first reaction was that he was the person in the portrait at the place where she saw Bing Lingyue in the deep cold valley. It was too similar. Lin Xian was somewhat similar. When he put on this white shirt and removed his bangs, it was as if the person in the portrait had run out. She furrowed her brows and reached out. Her slender fingers drew something in the air in front of her. A few seconds later, the portrait that existed in her memory appeared in her hand. She really held the portrait up and compared it with Lin Xian on the stage. "Sister Linya, take a look." Linglong Shui handed the portrait to Linya. Linya focused on the performance that surprised her. Then, she turned to Linglong Shui and took the portrait. "Isn't this little Xian? Did you draw it? Do you think it's him too?" Linya pondered for a moment and then compared it with the portrait. Yes, the white shirt, the dancing sword, and the star mole beside his nose are all in the same place. Phew, Linglong Shui took a deep breath. Was it really him? Was it not a coincidence? No, it was too similar. She might have denied it before. But now, when Lin Xian wore the ancient costume and danced with the sword, it was too similar. She glanced at Bing Lingyue beside her. Bing Lingyue's attention was all on the stage. Her hands were on her chest. Her beautiful eyes were twinkling. She was the third person to be surprised. It was not that she was surprised. It was just that. There was a strange feeling in her heart. It was very, very strange. It felt like déjà vu, but it did not feel like it. The audience was extremely quiet. In the previous performances, they would watch and chat. But this performance inexplicably stirred their hearts. They watched attentively. Ling Ying's first line stunned the audience. Lin Xian's second line was not out of place at all. Swoosh, half of the stage turned into a world of ice and snow. The snow was still falling. Hey, you've been here all this time. You haven't gone anywhere else? Are you waiting for someone? Lin Xian stood in front of Ling Ying and looked at her affectionately. He was really, inexplicably immersed in this performance. It was as if he was really experiencing this part and saying this sentence from the bottom of his heart. I'm not waiting for anyone. No one will come. Ling Ying said softly. You've been alone for so long. Haven't you thought of going somewhere else? The entire play was perfectly acted out, and even Ling Ying was immersed in it. Wow, when they walked off the stage, the audience was in disbelief. Lingyue. Linglong Shui turned to look at Bing Lingyue. She was crying. Bing Lingyue wiped her tears and smiled at Linglong Shui. You are crying. Bing Lingyue wiped her tears again. I don't know. This performance is too touching. This song exists. I really like this song. You can listen to it. Remember to click on the MV. Wow. I like it very much. Of course, you don't have to worry. Bing Lingyue and the main character are not experienced in this MV. But the author's writing skills are limited. He can't write that feeling. Cough cough. So he skipped it. Chapter 305. No. It wasn't that the show was too touching, but she had a very uncomfortable feeling in her heart. She didn't understand why it was like this. Perhaps Linglong Shui knew more than her. She was wondering if she should tell her about the portrait. No, she didn't know what to do. She felt that she should ask for Lin Xian's opinion first. Backstage, Ling Ying excitedly pounced on Lin Xian and hung on to him. The audience was stunned. Really? You're amazing. Ling Ying said from the bottom of her heart. She had to keep this show for the rest of her life. Really? Lin Xian grinned. Ling Ying jumped down from Lin Xian's body and looked at the stunned audience. Then she tidied her hair and knew that she had lost her composure. She coughed dryly and said, Hurry up and change your clothes. Once you get off the stage, you won't have that feeling anymore, understand? Really? On stage, Lin Xian gave her the feeling that she really wanted to pray to the sun. But now, forget it. This guy was still the same guy. Although everyone was shocked, they remembered that this was Ling Ying. She was the most unfathomable goddess, so they didn't think too much about it. Sister Qianqian, thank you so much. Lin Xian said to Wang Qianqian gratefully. Then he secretly gave her a look. Wang Qianqian naturally understood what Lin Xian meant. Lin Xian wanted her to be careful and pay attention. Qin Xiaotian didn't see this scene because he was hosting with Yi Yi. In other words, they were going to end the show. After that, Lin Xian and Ling Ying went to the dressing room to change. Outside, after Yi Yi announced the end of the show, everyone dispersed. Han Chuxue quietly followed the crowd out. Wow, wow, wow. Lin Xian really felt like a different person just now. Lu Yufan said excitedly. Miao Xiao Miao also nodded repeatedly. Really, this kind of feeling was too much for a girl. How great would it be if Ling Ying was them? I really envy Ling Ying. Ling Long, I want to drink wine. I don't know why. Bing Lingyue whispered to Linglong Shui. Linglong Shui was slightly stunned, and then she nodded. She turned to Linya and said, Big Sister Linya, Ling Yu and I have some matters to attend to, so we'll head back first. We'll be guests at Big Sister Linya's house when we have time. Alright. Slow down. After that, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue left. Of course, they had exchanged contact information. Wang Xintong was very envious. She also wanted to be like Ling Ying, but unfortunately, she was not. She left after sending a message to Lin Xian. She knew that Lin Xian still had many friends here, so there was no need for her to stay. I really suspect that the Lin Xian on the stage just now was a substitute. Xiao Runing said helplessly. Of course, it was just a joke, but it really broke her previous impression of Lin Xian. It was completely overturned. Who wasn't? Linya was the same. Linya said softly, maybe he has a talent for acting? Maybe. Xiao Runing smiled and said, do you want to go shopping? It's only 9 o'clock. The time is just right. Wow. I want to go shopping too. Hearing their words, Lu Yufan couldn't wait to say it. Let's go together. Linya smiled. Then let's wait for Lin Xian and Yi. Him? He probably won't go shopping. Linya said helplessly, let's wait for Yi. Xiao Ying should go too. After that, they agreed to go shopping together. Ling Ying didn't go. It wasn't that she didn't want to go, but that she was stopped by Lin Xian. Lin Xian wouldn't let her go. What? I want to go shopping with Sister Linya and the rest. Ling Ying watched as the few of them left Tianhua Academy's main gate. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian unhappily. Let's go home and get down to business. You don't know how suffocating I've been for the past few days. Coincidentally, little fairy isn't home. He. Ling Ying. Wow. Are you crazy? Ling Ying. No. Didn't we say we'll talk when we get home tonight? We'll talk after Sister Linya and the rest are done shopping. Ling Ying mumbled softly. No, I can't hold back anymore. And now is now, and later is later. This is the second time. Ling Ying. Are you a bastard? Hey, do you want to see the wild side of your man? Lin Xian grinned. I just want to give you a slap. Ling Ying said angrily. Then I'll give you 1,000 slaps. Ling Ying. Get lost. Miao Xiaomiao had also gone shopping with Linya and the rest. Wang Qianqian had just chased after them. After all, from Qin Xiaotian's point of view, Wang Qianqian and Ling Ying were good friends. Moreover, she had to go back alone because she wasn't sure if Qin Xiaotian would follow her. Anyway, as long as he followed her, Wang Qianqian would definitely sense it. After all, her cultivation level was 1 star higher than Qin Xiaotian's. Once she sensed it, she would contact Lin Xian, and Lin Xian would rush over as fast as he could. Sister Qianqian, Qin Xiaotian is behind us. He might follow you tonight, but with how cautious he is, he definitely won't make a move. Be careful. Lin Xian whispered to Wang Qianqian who had just walked over. Got it. Qin Xiaotian and his friend were talking and laughing behind them. Indeed, although he was talking, his attention was still on Wang Qianqian and the rest. Then, the three of them walked to the gate while talking and laughing. There were too many people at the gate. After all, more than half of the tens of thousands of people were going home after watching the performance. However, there was a place where there were more people because there was a figure standing beside a tree. Her attention was on everyone leaving the school gate as if she was waiting for someone. Many people looked at her from afar and secretly took pictures of her, but there were really not many who went over to talk to her. Because they didn't dare. Only the masters of the advanced class would dare to talk to her, but they all knew that Han Chuxue couldn't be talked to. Because she wouldn't even care about you. The three figures walked out while talking and laughing. Naturally, Han Chuxue saw them. When her gaze fell on Lin Xian, her beautiful eyes couldn't help but glisten with tears. It was a completely subconscious expression of her emotions. It's him. It's him. Chuxue. Ling Ying raised his head and saw the exceptionally eye-catching figure under the tree through the crowd. He was slightly surprised. He thought that Han Chuxue had gone back. Was she waiting for her here? Lin Xian, that's Han Chuxue. Let's go, I'll introduce you to her. Ling Ying said to Lin Xian. Then I'll go back first. Then, Wang Qianqian and the rest parted ways. Qin Xiaotian, who was behind them, had just reached here. Lin Xian and Ling Ying walked towards Han Chuxue. Lin Xian looked at Han Chuxue. She was indeed beautiful. She was indeed Tianhua Academy's #1 beauty. Chuxue? Why are you crying? After walking closer, Ling Ying looked at Han Chuxue in shock. Chapter 306. Really? Ling Ying and Han Chushue had known each other since they were young. She had always been like this. She was cold and didn't talk much. Ling Ying had seen Han Chushue get hurt when she was young. She remembered clearly that Han Chushue only had tears in her eyes from the pain, but she didn't cry out loud. She had been like this since she was young. This was the first time Ling Ying saw Han Chushue's tears gathering from her cheeks to her chin and then falling to the ground. Of course, she was shocked. Why was she crying? What happened? Lin Xian didn't know much about Han Chushue, but he didn't think that such a woman would cry, right? Not to mention in front of so many people. Really, when these people saw Han Chushue like this, they swore that this was the most bizarre, most unbelievable, and most shocking thing they had ever seen in their lives. Han Chushue had always been the goddess of ice and frost. She was so cold that no one dared to strike up a conversation with her. Even if they did, she wouldn't even look at them. However, she actually revealed her true feelings here. Why? Damn. Han Chushue is crying. Damn it. What's going on? Could it be that she was moved by the musical that Lin Xian and Ling Ying just performed? Moved my ass. If she could be moved, then she wouldn't be Han Chushue. Even if she was moved to tears, she wouldn't cry here, in front of so many people. Really, Han Chushue's scene made everyone's hearts completely collapse. What the hell is going on? Chushue, what's wrong? Ling Ying frowned and walked in front of her. Han Chushue's eyes were fixed on Lin Xian. Ling Ying naturally saw Han Chushue's eyes. She turned her head and found that Han Chushue's eyes were fixed on Lin Xian. She revealed a surprised expression. What was going on? Lin Xian was also stunned. Of course, he could see that Han Chushue's eyes were fixed on him. What was she going to do? Was she going to force herself on him? The next scene left everyone dumbfounded, their mouths agape. Han Chushue ran towards Lin Xian and threw herself into his arms, burying her head in his chest and sobbing. F***ck. 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 What the hell is going on? This is Han Chushue? Who are you? Get out of her body. Ka. Everyone couldn't help but take pictures of this shocking scene. His heart was bleeding as he patted it. The goddess that they all adored was actually crying in another man's arms. Oh my God. Some of them were more fragile, and tears began to flow from their eyes as they patted the ground. Lin Xian was dumbfounded. What was going on? Ling Ying was even more confused. She also wanted to know what was going on. Qin Xiaotian happened to see this scene from behind. Han Chushue was his favorite girl. Because he couldn't pursue her, he temporarily stopped and turned to Yi Yi. Who would have thought that Han Chushue would actually throw herself into Lin Xian's arms? To be honest, Ling Ying wanted to pull Han Chushue out of Lin Xian's arms at that moment. Come out, that's my man. But she suddenly thought of something. Han Chushue wouldn't be like this normally. She wouldn't even cry. What did she care about the most now? It was the man who saved her in the beast territory and died. Even her obsession had completely changed because of that incident. Ding. Making a big sister cry is classified as a scumbag. Scumbag value plus 300,000. Ding. Mission completion 50%. Scumbag value plus 100,000. Lin Xian was really dumbfounded. He didn't trigger any mission, so how did he complete 50% of the mission? Suddenly, Lin Xian realized something. Ding. Successfully triggered the mission teasing Big Sister. Due to unknown appearance and unknown name, mission penalty. None, mission progress. 50%, mission reward. Sword skill Heavenly Lightning Flash. F***ck. This was the mission that he triggered when he met the Netherworld Flame Lion in the Beast Territory and saw an injured Big Sister. This Han Chushue was that injured Big Sister? F***ck. Han Chushue didn't know what she was thinking. She only knew that the change and influence that person had on her was simply too great. She could sit in the backyard in a daze all day long, just like that. It turned out that when Ling Ying said that Han Chushue was injured outside, a man saved her, she fell in love with that person, but he died, it was actually him. Han Chushue mistakenly thought that he was dead. But it was precisely because of this that Han Chushue's cold heart was moved. The smart Ling Ying guessed something. She once heard Lin Xian say that he did save a big sister in the beast territory, but he didn't know who it was because her face was dyed red with blood. And Han Chushue just happened to be injured in the beast territory and was saved by someone else. The timing also seemed to match up. She realized that she was an idiot. Such an obvious thing, why didn't she connect these two things together earlier? The main thing was that she didn't think of it. She didn't think that there would be such a coincidence in this world. Then now it was awkward. Ling Ying was Han Chushue's good sister, plus Han Chushue's current performance, she undoubtedly liked Lin Xian. And she was also Lin Xian's woman, she was her good sister. She had once made a bet with Lin Xian that he would be the one to *ck her and Han Chushue, but Ling Ying didn't think much of it. Now, it seemed that Lin Xian would be able to get Han Chushue effortlessly, so she, *ck. She was crazy. God. How did such a melodramatic plot happen to her? Hey. Of course, Lin Xian already knew what was going on, but he really didn't know what to do. In other words, Han Chushue had been his target for a long time, which meant that he needed to win her over. He was looking forward to it, but now, there were too many people around, and Lin Xian was panicking. Big sister, can you come out first? My clothes are all wet. Lin Xian reached out his hand and gently patted Han Chushue's thin back. Han Chushue really couldn't hold back and threw herself into Lin Xian's arms. After she finished crying and calmed down, she realized how immature her actions were. Then, she raised her head from Lin Xian's arms and let go of Lin Xian, wiping her tears. Sorry. After she finished speaking, she looked at Lin Xian one more time, turned her head and walked away. She really couldn't control herself. No matter how cold she was still a soft-hearted woman. Everyone was dumbfounded by this scene. Tomorrow, no, maybe tonight, this would become the hottest topic in Tianhua Academy, Tianxing Academy, and Tianyang Academy. After all, Han Chushue was a famous person in Tianhua City. Chushue! Ling Ying shouted, then turned to look at Lin Xian and said, I'll go look for her first. Hey! I'm suffocating. Chapter 307. Lin Xian wanted to cry, but no tears came out. Originally, he wanted to find Ling Ying to do some sweaty things at home, but he didn't expect Han Chushue to appear out of nowhere. Although it was a little cool, what should he do with his anger? It was already enough, but Han Chushue made it even more. *ck. But, looking at Han Chushue's situation, Lin Xian felt that it seemed to be easy to win her over. Because there was no need for him to win her over, Han Chushue had won over herself. Who could withstand this? It was equivalent to saying that this was a completely unexpected gain. Young Master Lin, you and Han Chushue. What's the situation? Qin Shaotian couldn't bear it anymore. Originally, he wanted to follow Wang Chanqian, but after seeing this scene, he couldn't stay calm anymore. Han Chushue was definitely the woman he loved the most. He felt that in this world, only Han Chushue or Ling Ying was worthy of him, but this Han Chushue was actually so intimate with Lin Xian, even crying in his arms. He had to figure it out. Han Chushue sighed. Lin Xian sighed and secretly shook his head. How should I say this? It's my fault. What's there to blame? Qin Shaotian frowned and asked. She wanted to be my girlfriend, but I already have a girlfriend, so she was sad. Now, my girlfriend is also unhappy, breaking the hearts of two girls at once. I'm also very desperate. Lin Xian sighed and then walked away. Qin Shaotian secretly clenched his fist. Believe. Half believe and half doubt. But before this, he never believed that Han Chushue would cry in a boy's arms. This topic instantly fermented in the major group chats. Chushue. Ling Ying caught up with Han Chushue. It's nothing. Han Chushue had more or less recovered her calm. Lin Xian, The one who saved you in the beast domain, right? Ling Ying asked Han Chushue. Han Chushue hesitated for a moment, then nodded slightly. I don't know what to do. Just now. I couldn't hold back, I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? Ling Ying smiled. Let's go to your house and have a few drinks. Ling Ying's mood was also extremely complicated. What should he do? Her best friend just happened to like Lin Xian, so there was nothing she could do. Lin Xian was distressed. He wanted to go shopping with Linya and the others, but he would be exhausted if he went shopping with so many women. Then, he quietly went back home and lay there like a corpse. At this moment, how he wished he had a beautiful big sister. Sub. Han Chushue also lived alone. She lived in a villa, but she didn't buy it herself. Her Han family already had a property in Tianhua City, so she was too lazy to buy a small house. Living in a villa wasn't because she was vain. The two girls were too lazy to cook, so they bought some along the way. Then, they went home and opened some wine. They drank and ate while chatting. At this moment, the two girls' hearts were in a mess, very messy. Han Chushue didn't care about what the outside world thought of her. For example, she hugged Lin Xian and cried in his arms. This would cause a lot of things to talk about, but she didn't care. She was just upset. She had found this person, and he wasn't dead. She should be very, very happy, but why was she upset? It was because of Ling Ying. Ling Ying and Lin Xian had a special relationship. She could roughly see that it might have been Lin Xian that night. The two of them might also be a couple. What about her? How could she fight with her best friend over a person just for her? Did she like Lin Xian? She already knew. That man was already deeply rooted in her heart. Too deep, too deep. They didn't have any interactions, but because of that incident, it had been fermenting in her heart for a long time. Even if she didn't like him, Han Chushue felt that she couldn't fall in love with anyone else other than him. She thought for a long time and understood this point. But it just so happened that he and Ling Ying had a very special relationship. As for whether they were a couple or not, she wasn't sure. She really hoped that they weren't. What about Ling Ying? The person Han Chushue had always loved wasn't dead. He was Lin Xian, and Lin Xian was her boyfriend. Han Chushue was also her best friend. She didn't want Han Chushue to continue like this. Then, how could he make Han Chushue return to her former self? Be together with Lin Xian. This was the only way. This was also the only way to completely restore Han Chushue. In fact, the reason why Han Chushue became like this was because of guilt. Guilt was the main reason. She felt that it was because she was the one who caused the death of that person while she was still alive. He even saved her life. But now, guilt had already given birth to love. If she could have met Lin Xian earlier and knew that he wasn't dead, then Han Chushue wouldn't have needed to fall in love with him. She only needed to know that he wasn't dead, and the guilt in her heart would have disappeared. But it had been too long. She thought about it day and night, and it slowly became ingrained in her heart. This kind of love derived from guilt was already inextricable. Simply knowing that Lin Xian wasn't dead, the guilt in her heart was indeed gone, and she felt a lot better. But what about that kind of love? Ling Ying was her best friend, and they had talked a lot. She also understood. She also knew that Han Chushue had fallen in love with Lin Xian. Perhaps this was the only way to make Han Chushue like a man. But why did it happen to be Lin Xian? Chushue, what are your thoughts now? Do you plan to be together with Lin Xian? Ling Ying asked. I don't know. Then are you sure you like him? I don't know. Like? Maybe the person she liked was the person who saved her. But Lin Xian was the person who saved her. Then if Lin Xian confesses to you, will you be together with him? Han Chushue was silent. Her heart told herself that she would. Ling Ying saw her silence and also knew something. She sighed slightly in her heart. It was okay for her to be selfish, because she had the right to be selfish, because Lin Xian was her boyfriend. But she also didn't want to see her best friend continue like this. The guilt was gone, but she would still be disappointed, swayed by her emotions, and unable to recover from the setback. She didn't want to see that either. In the end, she made her choice. Come, let's drink this. Ling Ying smiled and clinked glasses with Han Chushue, and then drank it all in one gulp. Time slowly passed. Perhaps Han Chushue was drunk, but her face was red. She raised her head and looked at Ling Ying. Ling Ying, are you and Lin Xian a couple? Han Chushue asked. Ah, no. No, how is that possible? Ling Ying quickly explained. She wanted to say yes, but she chose to let Han Chushue walk out of the haze. Chapter 308. As for the relationship between Ling Ying and Lin Xian, she didn't know either. Let's just leave it at that for the time being and let Lin Xian have it easy. She could just let nature take its course. Ling Ying felt that she couldn't give up on Lin Xian and help Han Chushue. She didn't know when it started, but she really liked Lin Xian. She couldn't do it. However, she might be able to watch Lin Xian flirt with other young ladies. It wasn't that Ling Ying was magnanimous. Maybe she was used to Lin Xian hanging out with other girls, so she gradually accepted it. No girl could accept this. It could only be said that perhaps she could choose to turn a blind eye to it and tolerate it. She didn't know how long she would have to wait. She was also very confused. Isn't that so? Han Chushue raised her head and looked at Ling Ying seriously. Of course not. Han Chushue normally wouldn't ask such a question. It was probably because she was in a mess tonight and had drunk alcohol that she asked such a question. The last time I went to your house, I saw a pair of men's shoes. Ling Ying. That's my distant cousin. Coincidentally, Tianhua City might be very dangerous, so he came and ate at my house. I was afraid that you would misunderstand, so I didn't let him out. Ling Ying reacted quickly. Then why was there an unwrapped condom in the trash can? Ling Ying. It can't be. Han Chushue also saw this? Damn. Ling Ying couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. Her mind was spinning rapidly, trying to come up with an explanation. It's strange. I bought a new set of clothes online. God knows what the store would put in the packaging. I opened it out of curiosity and found out what it was. But I just opened it and threw it into the trash can. Ling Ying really admired herself. Would they give that when you buy clothes? Han Chushue asked. Normally, she wouldn't ask. Today, she really drank a bit too much. Her face was red and she was drunk. Sometimes, she would even let out a cute burp. Later, I found out that the clothes I bought belonged to Qingxiu. That store was also that kind of store. In a fit of anger, I pushed the clothes away and gave the store 50 negative reviews. Maybe it's a habit of this kind of store to give that kind of thing, Ling Ying quickly said. So, that means you and Lin Xian. We're just friends. Han Chushue nodded slightly and then drank the wine in one gulp. You plan to chase after Lin Xian? Ling Ying bit her lips and asked tentatively. Han Chushue shook her head. No. Then what do you mean? It's enough. He is for him to save me. The guilt in my heart is gone. All that's left is to repay him for saving my life. Not knowing why, Ling Ying felt relieved after hearing Han Chushue's words. But, is that really it? But you like him, Ling Ying said. The one I like is the dead Lin Xian, not him. Han Chushue said faintly. Is that true? Maybe it's true. But Ling Ying felt that it's not true. Maybe Han Chushue was just comforting herself like this. Then, are you okay now? Han Chushue nodded slightly. Qianwu Conference. Han Chushue hesitated for a moment and said, Forget it. I already said that I won't participate. When the time comes, I will think about how to repay Lin Xian. After that, I will return to Chengdu. Ling Ying. Her beautiful eyes stared at Han Chushue. She still hasn't recovered. Sure enough. The Lin Xian in Han Chushue's heart was too deep. He was completely imprinted in her heart, including her love. If she really recovered completely, based on Ling Ying's understanding of Han Chuxue, she would have gone to the beast territory to level up. Because she delayed for a long time, but she didn't, so she still hasn't recovered. Maybe she won't take the initiative to take that step, so she can only rely on Lin Xian to take the initiative to take that step. Ling Ying, Ling Ying, you are really magnanimous. Ling Ying secretly sighed. She even wanted her boyfriend to comfort Han Chuxue. But there was no other way. Maybe with Lin Xian's flowery mouth, Han Chuxue could really recover. But if this matter wasn't solved, Han Chuxue would still be the same Han Chuxue. She didn't want her best sister to become like this. She would rather be magnanimous and jealous. She put all the blame on Lin Xian. Why did you go to the beast territory for no reason? Why did you save a girl? Isn't it good to lie at home and be a fat otaku? Damn it. But if Lin Xian didn't go, Han Chuxue would already be dead. Then I will give you Lin Xian's WeChat and contact information. When you think of how to repay him, you can directly contact him. Thank you. Hey, isn't this you? Why are you thanking me? Ling Ying was also helpless. If he gave her his contact information, with Lin Xian's personality, he would definitely hook up with Han Chuxue. And Han Chuxue actually liked him. In this case, if Lin Xian could do it, Han Chuxue should be able to recover. Although she was unhappy and didn't want to, she had to do it. Achoo, Lin Xian, who was bored to death at home and playing mobile games on the sofa, suddenly sneezed. Ding. Feeling jealousy from Ling Ying. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Ding. Feeling displeasure from Ling Ying. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Ding. Damn. Lin Xian's mind was filled with all kinds of notifications of Ling Ying's dissatisfaction towards him. The system was about to explode. What did I do? Lin Xian held his phone with a dumbfounded expression. He was innocent. He was just playing with his phone at home. Why did the system notification explode? He was so innocent and wanted to cry. When Ling Ying came home, he wanted to slap her and make her cry. After a while, Lin Xian sent a message to Ling Ying. She replied instantly, saying that she wouldn't be coming home tonight. Lin Xian. Really, this guy's mentality directly exploded. Damn. He was about to explode. Ling Ying definitely wouldn't be coming home tonight. She was having a heart-to-heart talk with Han Chuxue. What should I do then? Lin Xian was annoyed by one girl after another. Oh right, isn't there still a little fairy here? Lin Xian raised his eyebrows and then the corner of his mouth curved into a smirk. He waited and waited until it was past 11 o'clock. Linya finally came home with a pile of shopping spoils. Xiao Xian. Linya looked around and asked, Xiaoying didn't come home? She's sleeping at a friend's house tonight. She won't be coming back. I see. Are you hungry? I'll make you some supper. Linya changed his shoes. If you don't want to eat, I'll eat you. Chapter 309. Linya looked at Lin Xian, who was acting like a bad guy, and subconsciously took a step back. Hee hee, little fairy, why are you taking a step back? Lin Xian said with a smile. That feeling when you're acting is so good. Linya remembered that this was her little Xian, and he wasn't a bad guy. The main thing was, she really felt like a lamb in a tiger's den. Little fairy, you said it yourself that it's just acting, it's not the real me. Lin Xian threw his phone aside, and then walked towards Linya with a smile. Linya, I'll go make supper for you. Then, she ran into the kitchen as if she was escaping. Lin Xian looked at the cute Linya with a smile. Honestly, he felt that she was very cute. Little Xian, what do you want to eat? Linya poked her head out from the kitchen. I want to eat seafood noodles. It'll be ready soon. Outside, Linya ate some snacks while shopping, but after walking for such a long time, she was indeed a little hungry, so she made 2 bowls. Of course, her bowl was called a normal bowl, while Lin Xian's bowl was called a basin. After eating, Lin Xian and Linya sat on the sofa, watching TV and chatting. Lin Ya's legs were held by Lin Xian, and he was massaging her legs. On the surface, it looked like a massage, but in reality, Lin Xian was also enjoying it. Little Xian, how did you meet Ling Long and the other girls? Lin Ya asked curiously. Lin Xian being able to meet girls like Yi and Ling Ying was already beyond Lin Ya's expectations, but he actually knew those two extraordinary girls, which made Lin Ya even more curious. You're talking about them? It's nothing. We met in the demonic beast domain, completed missions together, and went through life and death together. Slowly, we became friends. Lin Xian said. Although there was a suspicion of cheating, it was more or less the same meaning. Their temperaments are very good. Do you know them? It would be great if she could be your girlfriend. Lin Xian. Didn't I say that I don't want anyone but you? Lin Xian said sweetly. Ding. Flowery words that do not match the facts. This is the behavior of a scumbag. Scumbag value plus 200,000. Lin Xian. Fine. He admitted it. Don't you like it? They're really beautiful. Of course I do. As long as she's pretty and has a good heart, I'll like her. But I like you the most, little fairy. Sweet talker. Lin Ya rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. However, sweet talk was indeed very effective on girls, so she was quite happy. Oh right. Lin Ya suddenly thought of something and took out a purple fruit from her bag. What kind of fruit is this? You only bought one? Lin Xian curiously took it. What surprised him was that this purple fruit was actually emitting a faint spiritual energy. I didn't buy it. Ling Long gave it to me. I don't know what it is either. Lin Ya said faintly. She gave it to you. If it was given to Lin Ya by Ling Long Shui, with her ability, she could casually take out something very exaggerated. Yes, so I wanted you to see what it is. Of course, Lin Xian did not know what it was. Even the memories of the Imperial Physician's sacred technique did not have this. Perhaps it was only available on Earth or planet Aqua Blue. As for the Imperial Physician's sacred technique, Lin Xian did not know if it came from Earth or planet Aqua Blue. Did she say anything? Lin Xian asked. Ling Long said that eating this is good for the body. Ling Long Shui would not harm Lin Ya. They got along quite well. Lin Xian could see that this was definitely something good. Then you eat it. I'll watch. Lin Xian was really looking forward to seeing what this mysterious purple fruit could do. You eat it. Although I haven't known Ling Long for long, what she said should be true. Lin Xian gently rubbed Lin Ya's little head, making her look like a child. Lin Ya's pretty face blushed. You eat it. Maybe it's not suitable for men. Lin Xian laughed. He was really touched. If there was anything good, Lin Ya would definitely think of him. But what could he give Lin Ya? Compared to her love, it was negligible. Lin Ya looked at Lin Xian. She still wanted to leave all the good things for Lin Xian, even though she did not know what it was. Hurry up and eat it. Otherwise, I'll get angry and teach you a lesson tonight. Lin Xian glared at Lin Ya. Lin Ya's delicate body trembled. Bastard! This Lin Xian is becoming more and more of a hooligan. Can I eat it? Yes. Lin Xian nodded. I'll go wash it. Then, Lin Ya took the fruit to the kitchen, washed it, and took it out again. If it was some kind of heaven and earth spirit item, it would only be useful if one of them was eaten. For example, if the fruit was split into two, and Lin Xian and Lin Ya each took half, it would be useless. Half each. Lin Ya said in a low voice. I'm not eating it. I'm so full. You eat it all. Hurry up. Oh. Then, Lin Ya's small mouth gently bit the fruit. Strange. What's wrong? Lin Xian asked curiously. Why does it feel like it melts into water? Lin Ya said in surprise. The more it was like this, the more precious the fruit was. It was not water, but thick heaven and earth spirit energy. It's okay. This is a good thing. Let's eat first. The fruit was not big. It was about the size of a normal apricot. It was not much bigger than a ping-pong ball. Linya finished it in a few bites. How do you feel? Anyway, as a bystander, Lin Xian could feel the spirit energy around Lin Ya's delicate body. This spirit energy was getting thicker and thicker. It's hot. I feel. There's a stream of air in my lower abdomen. Just as she finished speaking, Lin Ya's small face revealed a surprised expression. Lin Xian could feel her realm rising. Rising, it kept rising. After about a minute, this aura slowly disappeared. Lin Xian revealed a surprised expression. As expected, Ling Long Shui gave Lin Ya an extraordinary item. She probably saw that Lin Ya's realm was not high. In this era, it was not good to have a low realm. So, she gave Lin Ya this item. Little Xian, the system notified me that my realm has reached Arcane Body Realm 4 stars. Lin Ya looked at Lin Xian in surprise and asked, "Did I hear wrongly?" Lin Xian smiled and shook his head. No. Lin Xian's eye of spiritual insight confirmed that she had indeed reached Arcane Body Realm 4 stars. This small fruit allowed Lin Ya to rise by dozens of stars. At the same time, it also increased her realm by a large realm. This was something similar to an experience fruit. As expected, this was another way to increase a martial artist's realm. There was no need to kill monsters. The powerful energy contained in the spirit fruit could also increase a martial artist's realm. This was good news. It was compatible with the God's Child system. Many people knew about it, but it was too difficult to obtain this kind of spirit fruit. It was almost equivalent to not having this method. Chapter 310. With the help of Lin Xian's experience fruit, Lin Ya had reached the spirit condensation realm. With the help of this mysterious fruit, she had reached the arcane body realm. This was good news. It proved that Lin Ya was very powerful now. However, she did not have any attributes or martial arts techniques. She only had a short lifespan. Her body was much stronger than ordinary people. Her current attributes were even lower than martial artists of the same realm. But it was enough for now. Lin Xian felt that the most important thing was to get Lin Ya's attributes back. Then, he would bring her to cultivate, learn martial arts techniques, and learn swordsmanship. This way, Lin Ya could also become powerful. Lin Xian would not have to worry about her being bullied outside. For now, Lin Ya, who was at the 4 stars arcane body realm, was enough to stay in Tianhua City. Lin Xian also received a very important piece of information. Those heaven and earth spiritual items outside could increase one's realm. There was no need to kill monsters blindly. But it was very difficult to get. Killing monsters, experience fruit, possible scumbag system missions, and heaven and earth spiritual items. These were all the methods that Lin Xian knew that could increase one's realm. Meditation and cultivation were useless. However, for those people in the past, including the demon race and Bing Lingyue, they could only meditate or refine some heaven and earth spiritual items to increase their realm. In short, having the God spawn system was a good thing. More killing, less meditation. I feel so strong. Lin Ya clenched her fists and said happily. Lin Xian lightly pinched her rosy cheeks and said with a smile, "When the time comes, I'll find you some powerful martial skills. Then, I'll bring you to the demonic beast domain to grind levels. I'll nurture my little fairy into a formidable one." "There's no need," Lin Ya said softly. "And I think this is enough." "How can that be?" "And let me tell you, the higher your realm, the more youthful you can be." Of course, Lin Ya knew about this. However, she didn't have such extravagant hopes in the past. Now that she had become more powerful, and after hearing Lin Xian's words, she really did have this thought. There wasn't a girl who didn't love beauty, even the naturally beautiful Lin Ya. She thought about it for a moment. As time passed, as she slowly grew older, her skin would definitely slowly deteriorate. At that time, she definitely wouldn't be as beautiful as before. The higher the level, the slower the aging, and the skin would always be in its best condition. Who wouldn't want it? In the past, she didn't have any extravagant hopes for herself. She only hoped that she could live a good life with Lin Xian and give him a good life. No matter how tired she was, even if she was old, it was enough as long as Lin Xian was happy. Now that Lin Xian was on the right track, it was time for her to think about herself. And oh, the higher the level, the longer the lifespan of humans. It said that when you reach the celestial venerable realm, you can live for 800 years. We don't have extravagant hopes of reaching the celestial venerable realm and living for 800 years. No matter what, we have to live for 500 to 600 years, right? Don't let me live for 500 to 600 years while you, little fairy, are only 100 to 200 years old. I don't want that. I still want to live with you for the rest of my life. Lin Xian hugged Linya in his arms and said softly, "So, even if it's not for yourself, for me, you have to think about increasing your strength and realm. I will help you. Now, you can continue doing what you like. When I become more powerful, I can bring you along to become more powerful." Linya lightly nodded her little head, and then gently snuggled into Lin Xian's arms. Ding! You've made little sister feel touched. Scum man points plus 10,000. Lin Xian didn't understand. Wasn't it a good thing to make little sister feel touched? Why did it increase his scum man points? But regarding this point, Lin Xian also had some understanding. His guess was that no matter if it was positive or negative, as long as he could make little sister feel some kind of emotion because of his words, then it would increase his scum man points. That. Little fairy, I'm going to take a shower. Ling Ying isn't here tonight, I'll go to your room. No. Linya quickly sat up from Lin Xian's arms and looked at him seriously. Now, Lian Yi was incomparably reserved, but when the time comes, she would have no choice but to let go of her reserve. Because she would grant Lin Xian's every request. When the time comes, it's not up to you. Help me run the water, I want to take a shower. Linya glared at Lin Xian, and then went to the bathroom to run the water for Lin Xian. On the other side, in Lin Xian and Lin Ya's home, the two beautiful women, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue, sat on the sofa, with some snacks and food in front of them. They didn't know how to make it, so they could only buy it. Of course, there were also a few bottles of wine in front of them. Bing Lingyue's emotions were very messy at this moment, no less than Han Chushue's. She didn't know why, but when she saw Lin Xian in the ancient costume, her heart surged with an emotion she didn't even know what it was. Linglong Shui, who was beside her, accompanied her to eat and drink, but she felt that Bing Lingyue's mood wasn't very good. Maybe she was drunk and would be fine after sleeping. But she still felt that she had to solve this problem. I'll go and get some fresh air, Linglong Shui said to Bing Lingyue, and then walked to the balcony, opened the window, and stood there, looking at the night view of the neighborhood. In fact, there was no night view, it was pitch black. After a while, she took out her phone and thought about the method that Lin Xian taught her before. Then, she dialed the number of the handsome guy who saved Lin Xian. Lin Xian had helped to change this number, so she didn't want to change it back. She had no choice. Lin Xian had just finished his shower and was humming a song as he prepared to barge into Lin Ya's room. Then, his phone rang. When he saw that it was Linglong Shui calling, he was stunned. Alright, he also wanted to ask if he could get a fruit like Linya from Linglong Shui. It was a natural treasure. The first one was useful, and the second one was useless. But Lin Xian also needed it. Hello, Xiao Linglong, what's wrong? You miss me so late at night? Lin Xian grinned. Get lost. Lin Xian. Oh my god. She scolded him the moment she called. Damn. I said, please be polite when you call me. Otherwise, I'll hang up. Then please don't talk nonsense. Linglong Shui said coldly. Okay, what's the matter? Do you still remember the portrait that you saw at Ling Yu's place? Lin Xian replied with an Today, you're dressed exactly the same as in the portrait. Lin Xian. Speaking of this, Lin Xian recalled carefully. At that time, he did look very similar to the portrait in the mirror. But a portrait was a portrait, not a photo. No matter how similar it was, it couldn't be guaranteed that it was the same person. What are you trying to say? Ever since Ling Yu saw your outfit at night, she was a little emotional. That person is the one she really loves. Maybe your appearance and outfit are almost the same as in the portrait, which made her think of something, but she didn't really think of it. I'm thinking if I should tell Lingyu about this and ask for your opinion. Chapter 3:11. Lin Xian secretly rubbed his forehead. I say, big sister, why do you keep insisting on this matter? That's a portrait. Do you understand? It's drawn by hand. No matter how similar it is, it's not a photo on our phone. It might not even be the same person. Besides, I'm only 21 years old. What are you trying to do? It's true. If it was a few years ago, perhaps Lin Xian might believe it because he wasn't there at that time. Perhaps the time was right. However, it was a person from 800 years ago. How could he believe it? This sovereign only wants to ask you. Do you want to tell her? Why should I tell her? I'm not telling her. Lin Xian shook his head. Why? Didn't you say that it has nothing to do with you? Ling Longshui asked. But you don't think so. Moreover, little Bing Bing will be in trouble when the time comes. Do you think it's not good now? Lin Xian said. Ling Longshui fell silent. Was it good now? She felt that it was not bad. She was good friends with Bing Lingyue. She ate, drank, and played all day long. She experienced the life of a modern human. It was indeed very happy. However, she had forgotten about that person. Ling Longshui felt that it was unfair to her. But was that person really Lin Xian? She was actually not sure. Then that's all for now. Wait a moment. Don't hang up first. What's the matter? Lin Xian dryly coughed and asked, do you still have that purple fruit that you gave to my sister? There's still one left. Can you give it to me? Then what can you give this sovereign? Ling Longshui asked. What could he give Ling Longshui? He didn't know. However, he definitely had something that could interest Ling Longshui. It was just a matter of whether Lin Xian was willing to exchange it with her. I have something that can definitely interest you. However, I want to know how effective that fruit is for me. It can help you easily advance to the mysterious heaven realm. What would happen if I used it again in the mysterious heaven realm? Lin Xian continued to ask. At least 3 stars. 3 star. It was worth it to advance to 3 stars. Lin Xian was now at the 9 stars of the arcane body realm. He was only 2 stars away from advancing to the arcane heaven realm, and from the 10 stars to the arcane heaven realm, he could use the heavenly star fruit to advance. Heavenly star fruit. A fruit that can allow one's cultivation to rise by 1 star after consumption. Effective for those below the Grand Dominion realm. First purchase price 1,000,000. Every subsequent purchase price will be doubled. However, the price of the heavenly star fruit would double every time, so Lin Xian was considering whether or not to use the heavenly star fruit. However, he could use that purple fruit to advance to the mysterious heaven realm. The reason why Ling Longshui trusted Lin Xian was because he had indeed taken out a treasure that shocked her. What do you have? Ling Longshui asked. I have something that I don't think your little fruit is of the same value as me. Ling Longshui frowned slightly. You first. Lin Xian then asked, how pure is your Void Fox's space attribute? Ling Longshui frowned. This should be considered a secret to her. She hesitated for a moment, then said, 90%. 90% is around 90%. I can increase your space attribute's purity to 100%. I believe you can tell how valuable this is to you, right? What? Ling Longshui was shocked. She was a Void Fox, the ruler of the space attribute. Even so, her space attribute's purity was not the highest. After a long time, she had absorbed many space attribute spiritual treasures and increased her space attribute's purity to 90%. This was enough to show how important this attribute was to her. This was an extremely important attribute. To her, increasing her space attribute's purity by 1% was an unimaginable increase to her space attribute. After all, she was in the arcane body realm. However, She had basically given up on increasing her space attribute's purity because there were almost no space attribute's spiritual treasures in this world that could support her space attribute's purity. Now, Lin Xian said that he could increase her space attribute's purity to the maximum. How could she not be shocked? However, even she could not do it. How could a mere arcane body realm cultivator do it? No, he did have something that even Linglong Shui was shocked by. He could not be judged by common sense. The thing Lin Xian was talking about was obviously the attribute increasing medicine. Using 5 million scum man points to increase his arcane body realm was definitely not a loss. However, something that was not worth much to him was a priceless treasure to others. Lin Xian did not want to only exchange a small fruit from Linglong Shui. Normally, it was not a loss, but he could obviously exchange it for more things. What did he lack? For the time being, Lin Xian was not too sure. Powerful martial arts? Yes, awesome spiritual weapons were also possible. Or some heaven-defying tools were also possible. So, if I can take out this thing, what else can you give me? Lin Xian asked with a smile. If it's true, I can give you everything you want, Linglong Shui said. This thing was worth everything she had. Oh, really? Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. Of course. Then, I want you. Is that okay? Linglong Shui fell silent. If you want to die. Linglong Shui said coldly. Lin Xian shrugged. Look, you said that you can give me everything I want. Now, you don't want to satisfy me. How can I be at ease and cooperate with you? Change it. Also, I don't know if you're telling the truth. Linglong Shui said. What's the point of lying to you? Lin Xian asked. Linglong Shui fell silent. Yes, it seemed like there was no point. Then what do you want? I said I want you. Linglong Shui. Beep, 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 beep. The call was hung up. Lin Xian. Damn. Women. Lin Xian secretly shook his head. However, he knew that Linglong Shui was interested. I'm going to find my little fairy. Lin Xian put away his phone and happily pushed open the door to Lin Ya's room. Then, he was dumbfounded. Lin Ya was asleep. Damn. Lin Ya was lying on her side, facing Lin Xian. Her little face was resting on her arm. She seemed to be sleeping very soundly. It was probably a tiring day. After work, she went shopping the whole night. Sob, sob, sob. Lin Xian quietly closed the door. Lin Ya was sleeping soundly. Lin Xian didn't have the heart to wake her up. Why is it so hard to find a girl to talk about life? Lin Xian bitterly returned to his room. That night, everyone seemed to have a lot on their minds. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, Bing Lingyue, Linglong Shui, and, the most miserable one, Lin Xian. Lin Xian was very unhappy in the first half of the night. However, he slept quite comfortably towards the end. Knock, knock, knock. Lin Xian's door was knocked. Lin Xian opened his eyes. Then, Lin Ya gently pushed open the door. Chapter 312. Lin Ya was really too cute sometimes. She opened the door and poked her head in. When she met Lin Xian's eyes, her pretty face turned red. Little fairy, why are you blushing? Don't tell me you're up to no good? Lin Xian sat up and grinned at Lin Ya. Go away. I'm here to wake you up for breakfast. I'm going to work. What time is it? It's almost 8. Lin Xian. Damn. I actually slept until now. Lin Xian scratched his head. God knows how he could sleep until now without a girl next to him. I'll go first. I've made breakfast for you, Lin Ya said and walked away. After a few seconds, Lin Xian heard the sound of the door closing. Phew, Lin Xian picked up the phone next to him and found that someone had added him on WeChat. Usually, people who took the initiative to add Lin Xian were all V, little sister, alone at night, and so on. However, this time, it seemed like a normal person had added Lin Xian as a friend. Her profile picture was a cute cartoon character, but there was no mention of who she was. Lin Xian clicked accept and replied, "Want to go to bed?" On the other side, Han Chuxue and Ling Ying were still asleep. The two girls drank a lot last night and were a little drunk. Han Chuxue was lying on the bed in a ladle-like manner, while Ling Ying had his thighs around Han Chuxue's body. This was indeed in line with Ling Ying's personality. The phone rang. The two girls were strong. Although they were a little drunk, they would definitely be woken up by the noise. The two opened their eyes at almost the same time. "Who would send you a message?" Ling Ying yawned and hugged Han Chushue's arm as a pillow. Han Chuxue twitched, but Ling Ying hugged her even harder. "Don't even think about running." Han Chuxue looked at Ling Ying helplessly, then picked up the phone with her other hand. When she saw Lin Xian's message, she was stunned. Ling Ying sat up and took a look. Then, she secretly clenched her fists. "That bastard!" Ling Ying couldn't help but curse. Who else could this avatar be but Lin Xian? F***ck. They had just added each other as friends, and he didn't even know who the other party was. Don't tell me that this fellow is always like this outside, from day to night? "I'll come back." Ling Ying grabbed Han Chushue's phone and replied, "Big brother, send me a picture. If you're handsome, I can ask you out." Han Chuxue, "I'd like to see what this bastard is up to." Ling Ying was about to die from anger. This must be Ling Ying. When Lin Xian saw the reply, he inexplicably thought of Ling Ying. F***ck. It's definitely her. She's probably testing me on purpose. Then, Lin Xian sent a beautiful picture of Ling Ying and asked, "Want to ask me out?" When Ling Ying saw that Lin Xian actually sent her a beautiful picture, her face turned red. Not good, this will make Han Chuxue think the wrong way. "Lin Xian, I'm going to kill you. You actually secretly hid my picture, pervert." When Han Chuxue saw Ling Ying's reply, her previous doubts disappeared. So it was Lin Xian who secretly hid it, and Ling Ying didn't agree to it. That meant that they really didn't have anything to do with each other. She also didn't understand why she was relieved. Lin Xian was stunned. Ling Ying actually replied like this. Of course, he wasn't stupid. There must be a special reason. He naturally had to cooperate with Ling Ying and didn't continue this topic. "Whose account is this? What are you trying to do? Test me?" "I already knew it was you," Lin Xian said. Actually, he didn't know. That sentence. It was just casually sent by Lin Xian, but he really didn't have such intentions. "This is Han Chushue's account. Go find her for sex." Ling Ying angrily replied and then passed the phone to Han Chuxue. Han Chuxue glanced at Ling Ying's message, and for some reason, her face turned slightly red. Under normal circumstances, this kind of news wouldn't cause her to have any emotional changes. Lin Xian was stunned. Han Chuxue? This Ling Ying actually allowed Han Chuxue to add him as a friend. F***ck. That's too generous. This is the model girlfriend of the country's server. Lin Xian grinned. "Little Chuxue, love you. Moi." Lin Xian then sent this sentence. Ding. Feeling jealousy and unhappiness from Ling Ying. Scumbag man points plus 100,000. Ding. Feeling shyness from Han Chuxue. Scumbag man points plus 10,000. Of course, mission progress. 60%. Lin Xian grinned, but his heart was still stunned. What? Han Chuxue is actually shy? F***ck. She couldn't have really fallen for him, right? According to what Ling Ying said, Han Chuxue wasn't the type to be moved by anything, but he just sent a message like this and she became shy. F***ck. It seems like the days of Sirius are just around the corner. Ha ha ha. On the other side, when Ling Ying saw Lin Xian's message, he wanted to go home and kick his door open. Damn it. This Lin Xian is doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose. F***ck. No, I know he's doing it on purpose. I can't let him control my emotions. Calm down, calm down. F***ck. I can't calm down. That's why, When two people are together, the more they care about the person, the more likely they will lose. Lin Xian is doing it on purpose to piss me off. You want Han Chushue to add me as a friend? I'll piss you off to death. Then, Lin Xian sent another message. Little Chushue, are you there? I'm free at noon, let's go out for a meal. Don't tell Ling Ying, it's just the two of us. On the other side, when Ling Ying saw Lin Xian's message, he really wanted to crush Han Chushue's phone. Do you want to go? Han Chushue lost her composure, she didn't know what to do. She, who was usually extremely smart, actually acted like she didn't know what to do at this time. Go. Give me the phone, I'll send him a message. Ling Ying said angrily. Ding. Felt Ling Ying's unhappiness and jealousy. Scumbag value plus 50,000. Lin Xian grinned. Then he received Han Chushue's message. Come to Rose Paradise at noon, I'll treat you. Thank you for saving my life, I didn't tell Ling Ying. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. Ha ha ha, he really laughed until he was holding his phone on the bed and kicking his legs. This was obviously a message from Ling Ying. The simplest thing was that he received a system notification from Ling Ying's unhappiness and jealousy, which meant that she saw his message asking Han Chushue out for a meal. This girl was definitely going to appear at their meal place to give him a surprise. Lin Xian saw through Ling Ying, after all, he had done so many times. Then, he smiled and sent a message, okay, don't tell Ling Ying that she has bad intentions towards me. Ling Ying clenched her fist. Bastard! Bastard! She hammered the pillow in front of her. Chapter 313. Han Chushue looked at Ling Ying in surprise. She might lose her sense of propriety in this situation because she cared, but Han Chushue's IQ was definitely online. She had never seen Ling Ying go crazy because of a guy's words, and she could probably see that Lin Xian said it on purpose. I'm not going. Han Chushue then turned off her phone and said softly, I'm going, why not? I can't kick him to death. Ling Ying said angrily, I don't want to go. Han Chushue said softly, why? Han Chushue didn't know. She didn't want to go? Of course she wanted to go, but she didn't know what to do. She had never eaten with a guy normally. Except for her family, never. Those so-called gatherings and whatnot were constantly invited, but she never went. She couldn't let go. Oh my God. Since when did she, Han Chushue, have such thoughts because of a guy? Don't you want to repay Lin Xian? You should treat him to a meal and thank him in person, shouldn't you? Ling Ying asked. Oh my God. How dare she instigate her best friend to get along with her boyfriend? Is she still a woman? That's true. Han Chushue muttered and then sat up. What are you doing? Ling Ying looked at Han Chushue. Wash up, put on makeup, and change my clothes. Ling Ying. Hey, who told me that you never put on makeup and that it was a waste of time and life? I didn't believe you. That's right. Han Chushue was born beautiful and really didn't need makeup. Ling Ying was the same, but a woman would put on makeup for her lover. Ling Ying also understood this point. Han Chushue actually had to put on makeup to meet Lin Xian. Oh my God. I just haven't eaten out for a long time, so it's better to put on some makeup. After saying that, Han Chushue walked into the bathroom. Ling Ying. She felt that Han Chushue's explanation was too far-fetched. Didn't she never put on makeup before going out for a meal? Did it have anything to do with not going out for a long time? Moreover, it wasn't that long, they just went out for barbecue a few days ago. It was all because of Lin Xian. Ling Ying was so mad that she grabbed her hair and messed it up. What a mess. According to Han Chushue's behavior, Lin Shui was the one who saved her. In her heart, apart from her family, Lin was the one who was the most important person. In Chushue was the one who saved her. In her heart, apart from her family, her family's family, was the one who saved. Of her heart, in her heart, he was her only of was her family her family, was the one who was her family, of course, was of her was a her was her was the one who was 100 her. What annoyed her the most was that if Lin Xian took Han Chuxue and Han Chuxue became Lin Xian's girlfriend, she thought about it for a long time. She didn't know if she could accept it at that time. She definitely couldn't accept it, but she had to accept it. If that really happened, then what about her? So annoying. After a while, Han Chuxue walked into the house and rummaged through her wardrobe. She took out a few pieces of clothing and placed them in front of her for comparison. Ling Ying, do I look good in this? Han Chuxue asked Ling Ying. Ling Ying, usually, Han Chuxue didn't care about what she wore. She wore whatever she liked and never asked Ling Ying if she looked good. A woman would doll herself up for her lover. It's over, it's over. This girl has really fallen for him. Lin Xian got lucky. This goddess-level beauty, the kind of Han Chuxue that no man could catch up with, actually lost to Lin Xian. And Lin Xian didn't do anything. He only saved her. Damn it. So annoying. It looks good. Ling Ying nodded. What about this one? It looks good too. And this one? Which one is the best? Ling Ying. I say, Chuxue, with your looks and temperament, you'll look good in anything. Then there must be something better. You're Lin Xian's friend, so you should know him better. What kind of clothes does he like? Han Chuxue asked. She didn't even realize how big of a difference there was between her and before. It was completely done subconsciously. He likes it when you're naked, Ling Ying said. Han Chuxue was stunned. After hearing Ling Ying's words, she realized something. What I mean is, I didn't pay attention to my image before. Since I'm fine, I naturally have to pay attention to my image now. Han Chuxue hurriedly explained, even though she herself felt that her explanation didn't make sense. Ling Ying secretly shook his head. Sure enough, women who fall in love are all idiots. Okay, just wear whatever you want. It looks good. Lin Xian didn't do anything else in the morning. He chatted and played games with Yi Yi and Lu Yufan. It was annoying to have too many girls around. They would pester you all day long. They would either go shopping or play games. Sometimes, they would even call you by the hour. Oh my God. Phew. At noon, Ling Ying still hadn't returned. Lin Xian was sure that she would definitely go there. That was annoying too. He wanted to focus on winning over Han Chuxue. If he did it well, he might even have sex with her tonight. However, things were not looking good with Ling Ying around. What made Lin Xian laugh the most was that when Lin Xian asked where Ling Ying was, she actually said that she had gone to the Sky Martial Court. Only a fool would believe that. Sigh, I'm going on a date. Lin Xian was a little excited when he thought about how it would be his first time eating with Han Chuxue later. She was the #1 beauty in the Sky Martial Court. In the past, Lin Xian thought that even if he wanted to win her over, it might be as difficult as winning over Ling Longshui. However, the most difficult step had been skipped. It was a completely unexpected gain. Han Chuxue's mission had given him a sword skill. Lin Xian had many martial arts skills. However, he only had one sword skill. It was given to him by Shao Runing, Heavenly Thunder Flash. Just the name alone made him feel that it was super awesome. Moreover, it was of the thunder attribute. Under normal circumstances, thunder attribute sword skills would have the strongest damage among those of the same grade. That was right. It might not be the strongest, but its damage would definitely be the strongest. Lin Xian didn't want to think about anything else. He just wanted to increase his damage. Only when he was strong could he fight someone of a higher grade, or even a higher grade. However, since he could make Han Chuxue shy when he sent her a "I love you" message, Lin Xian felt that the remaining 40% was as easy as pie. After this mission was completed, it should correspond to Han Chuxue's confession mission. Lin Xian was also looking forward to the confession reward. At the same time, he also felt that because of the fate between him and Han Chuxue, the difficulty of winning over Han Chuxue had been reduced to the novice difficulty. In other words, Lin Xian would not need to spend much effort to win over a goddess of nightmare difficulty. How awesome would that be? After changing his clothes, Lin Xian sent a message to Han Chuxue. Little Chuxue, I'm going out. Speaking of which, Rose Paradise is a hotel, right? Other than food, there should be accommodation, right? Chapter 3:14. On the other side, Han Chuxue had already dressed up. Han Chuxue was a beautiful woman with a cold temperament. Such a beautiful woman deliberately put on light makeup, wore a delicate white dress, wore a beautiful lady's watch, and wore beautiful earrings, necklace. These little accessories shouldn't appear on Han Chuxue's body. But they appeared today. Damn! You're exaggerating. Ling Ying looked at Han Chuxue and twitched the corner of his mouth. Oh my god. This Han Chuxue is a virgin. I bought it for a long time and haven't worn it. Han Chuxue quietly explained to Ling Ying. Don't explain, you're just a woman on the outside. Han Chuxue. No. You're still trying to explain? A woman dresses up for the man she loves. Look, I've never seen you put on makeup before. I've never seen you wear a necklace, earrings, and a watch at the same time. Ling Ying said with a smile. Then I'm not going. Han Chuxue seemed to realize that there was something wrong with her. Yes, she clearly said that she didn't care and that she only wanted to repay Lin Xian for treating her to this meal. She even said that she liked the dead Lin Xian and not the current Lin Xian. But why did she have to dress up so delicately? In the past, she did think that dressing up was a waste of life. Instead of spending an hour choosing clothes and putting on makeup, it was better to spend an hour grinding in the demon beast domain. But this morning, she spent 2 to 3 hours dressing herself up, and she didn't even feel that time passed quickly, nor did she feel that she was wasting her life. Han Chuxue suddenly froze. Was this still her? Hey, you can't be like this. You're not going? Ling Ying couldn't help but roll his eyes at Han Chuxue. I'm not going. Hey, didn't you ask Lin Xian to treat him to a meal to repay him? What's wrong with not going? Or, do you have other thoughts in your heart? Of course, Ling Ying knew that Han Chuxue was dressing up. Of course, it wasn't as simple as treating Lin Xian to a meal. Perhaps she didn't think too much about it and dressed herself up subconsciously, but as an outsider, Ling Ying naturally knew what she was thinking. However, she had already made up her mind. She wanted to see her good sister return to the way she used to be. She was willing to give up her life for the sake of humanity. No matter what happened, she and her sister would always be on the front line, not just her. That was the Han Chuxue that Ling Ying knew. Although at that time, Ling Ying was always worried that Han Chuxue had no feelings for men, she was still a normal woman. He just hoped that Han Chuxue could return to how she used to be. He could only rely on Lin Xian. Between a man and her best friend, she chose her best friend and chose to wrong herself. No. Han Chuxue said indifferently. Then let's go. It's about time. I'm also hungry. After seeing you change clothes all morning, I'm so tired. Ling Ying yawned. Then, she stretched her body and stood up. Han Chuxue nodded slightly. Then, she picked up her phone and found a message from Lin Xian. Ling Ying came over. This bastard is flirting with you. Ling Ying gritted her teeth. Damn it. However, this was the Lin Xian she knew. Han Chuxue nodded slightly. Ling Ying's little mouth opened slightly. This was Han Chuxue's reaction? Sure enough, a woman in love had a lowered IQ. She would always have a special attitude towards the man she liked. If someone else dared to send such a message, Han Chuxue would either ignore it and delete them from her friend list or cripple them. Lin Xian hummed a song as he arrived at Rose Heaven. Rose Heaven was a famous couple hotel in Tianhua City. Anyone who came here was a man and a woman. Hello sir, I'm the manager of Rose Heaven. Do you have an appointment? A middle-aged man in a suit smiled and said to Lin Xian. Oh, someone should have made an appointment. I'll just look for it. No need to trouble yourself. Lin Xian had already received the message that Han Chuxue had arrived on the way. Then, he glanced at a corner and walked over. The lobby manager saw Lin Xian walking towards the two beauties in the corner that he had been paying attention to. Then, he showed a shocked expression. The two beauties had been noticed by the people who saw them the moment they entered the hotel. At first, when they saw the two of them enter the couple hotel, they thought that they were doing something. However, when they saw a man walking towards them and even sitting with them, they were wrong. They had an appointment, and it was two girls meeting a guy? Especially such beautiful girls. God. Impossible. Bang. At this time, at a table next to them, a young lady angrily slammed the table, and her chopsticks flew out. Then, she pointed at her boyfriend in front of her and said angrily, "Mari Chang, King, look at me again." The man quickly turned his gaze over. "My dear, I didn't look." "You didn't look? Since the two women came in, I've already seen you glance over there more than 10 times. Didn't you want to look? Then look. Break up." After saying that, she took the red wine glass in front of her and directly splashed it on the man's face. Then, she took her bag and walked out angrily. My dear, listen to me." The man quickly chased after her. "Look at you two. Why are you so beautiful for no reason? You broke up a good couple." Lin Xian sat in front of the two women and laughed. Today, Han Chuxue was indeed stunning. She was wearing Chanel's outfit, a black narrow skirt that reached 1 centimeter above her knees, a white semicircular slanted collar, and a black wide belt with a beautiful round diamond buckle in the front. Her beautiful hair cascaded down her back, and the small pearls under her earrings sparkled. She wore a little makeup, and with her fair skin, she looked even more beautiful. Her cold temperament was indeed very charming, but what made Lin Xian surprised was that Han Chuxue actually had the shyness of a young girl, which made her cold temperament not too unapproachable. According to Ling Ying, Han Chuxue was the coldest person he had ever met. She could even be compared to Ling Long Shui, but her noble temperament was not as noble as Ling Long Shui's. But now, Lin Xian indeed felt cold, but it was completely incomparable to Ling Long Shui's. This was because Han Chuxue was facing Lin Xian. "You're blaming me for being beautiful?" Ling Ying rolled his eyes. "I'm sorry, I was talking about Han Chuxue." Ling Ying. Ding. Extreme displeasure from Ling Ying. Scumbag value plus 100,000. I really want to kill someone. Of course, Ling Ying knew Lin Xian was doing it on purpose. She was used to it, so she could only remain calm. Also, didn't you say you were in the Sky Marshal Court? Why are you here? Lin Xian glanced at Ling Ying. Chapter 315. Ling Ying proudly raised her head and looked at Lin Xian and said, "What does it have to do with you?" "It has nothing to do with me, but today is my date with Chuxue. Can a third wheel like you leave? Why don't you have any awareness? Is this a place where you should be?" Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and said. What he said made a lot of sense. You. Ling Ying was really angered to death by Lin Xian. "Damn it. You want to get on my bed? In your dreams." Han Chuxue of course could hear that this was a quarrel between friends. The more serious the quarrel, the better the relationship between them. Thinking about it, the question of whether Ling Ying was Lin Xian's girlfriend, although Ling Ying had explained it to Han Chuxue had always maintained a skeptical attitude because Ling Ying's explanation was also very far-fetched. However, she had heard that Lin Xian and Ling Ying had gone through several life and death situations together. Under such circumstances, it was understandable that they had a good relationship. "Don't you. Hurry up and leave." Lin Xian glared at Ling Ying. "I'll leave your sister." Ling Ying cursed. Ding. Feeling Miss Ling Ying's extreme displeasure, scumbag value plus 150,000. Damn it. I was so magnanimous to let something happen between him and Han Chuxue. For a girl, this was something impossible, and this guy actually dared to diss me. Damn it. AI, you don't even have the awareness of being a third wheel. You can't do it. Lin Xian sighed. Ling Ying kept taking deep breaths. It was as if he didn't do this, the true qi flowing in his Ran and Du meridians would explode. Of course, Han Chushue could see that their relationship was special. Previously, there was a person who took liberties with Ling Ying, and his limbs were crippled. While Lin Xian took liberties with her and angered her, Ling Ying could only stay there and sulk. He didn't even do anything. This really surprised Han Chushue. Lin Xian, I'm sorry about last night. Han Chushue looked at Lin Xian and said softly, Last night? What happened between us last night? Lin Xian pretended to ask. Han Chushue had never interacted with Lin Xian before, so she didn't know much about him. However, Ling Ying, who was beside her, knew Lin Xian all too well. When he said those words, she knew that this guy was deliberately flirting with Han Chushue. Damn it! Sure enough, all men were big pig trotters. And it was the kind that had been braised. Ah! Han Chushue was also stunned. She didn't know Lin Xian at all. If she did, she would know that Lin Xian was doing it on purpose. But she didn't know. Ling Ying shook his head secretly. Forget it. Normally, she would have stopped Lin Xian because she couldn't stand it. However, Lin Xian might be able to get closer to Han Chushue by doing this. That way, Han Chushue would be quite happy. Perhaps she would be able to be her true self again. Ah, what? What happened last night? Lin Xian deliberately asked again. It's me at the school gate. Han Chushue still couldn't say it all, but her little face was already covered with a layer of red. Ling Ying was stunned. Oh my God. You're still pretending. You're still quibbling that you're not interested in Lin Xian. You even said that you like the dead Lin Xian. Then why are you stuttering and blushing? Women. Indeed, all women are pickled pepper chicken feet, the kind that has been braised. Of course, except for Ling Ying. Yes, that's it. Ding. Because the host can feel Han Chushue's shyness. Scumbag points plus 10,000. Mission progress. 70%. Lin Xian swore that Han Chushue was definitely the easiest mission he had ever completed. He once thought that since Han Chushue was the most beautiful woman in the Sky Martial Court, the scumbag system would definitely trigger a mission when he met her. He had also prepared himself for a difficult mission to conquer Han Chushue. After all, she was a cold goddess, and such a woman was definitely the most difficult to conquer. However, he didn't expect that she would become the easiest one for Lin Xian to conquer. This was fate. No one expected it. Moreover, when Ling Ying agreed to be Lin Xian's girlfriend, she triggered a mission called Abandon Ling Ying. This mission was later changed to Amorous. It was destined to conquer Han Chushue. Amorous. Advanced mission. Please conquer Han Chushue. Mission time limit. 1 month. Mission reward, Divine Tier Skill, Holy Splendor. Mission punishment, level reset to 0. This mission has been modified. The previous mission was not like this, but I forgot to write it down, so it was changed to this. Forgive me. What was the meaning of conquering? Become his girlfriend. This was the conquering. 1 month. Lin Xian thought it was too difficult. However, now he felt that it was not difficult at all. There was still half a month left. According to this situation, it should be possible. Ling Ying also didn't expect that one day she would share her boyfriend with her best friend. Was this world crazy? Oh, I see. I remember now. You wetted my clothes with your tears. Help me wash them. Lin Xian smiled. Yes. Yes. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Han Chushue quickly replied. Her face was blushing too, obviously. Especially since her skin was very white, her neck was also red. It was especially charming. Ding. Felt Han Chushue's shyness. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Mission progress. 80%. Although Ling Ying had thought it through, seeing this scene made him extremely unhappy. Damn. What was she doing here? Was she here to be jealous? If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have come. Alright then, help me wash my clothes when the time comes. Lin Xian grinned. Han Chushue lowered her head and nodded. Ahahaha, then, let's eat. I'm starving. Ling Ying really couldn't stand seeing her boyfriend flirting with her best friend. I'm going crazy. Ding. Felt Ling Ying's jealousy. Scumbag value plus 100,000. Lin Xian wanted to laugh to death. This girl was really interesting. Of course, he knew that Ling Ying was doing this for Han Chushue. The relationship between these two girls was so deep that Ling Ying could do such a thing. Lin Xian also admired him. Admiration from the bottom of his heart. Yes. Let's eat. Lin Xian picked up his chopsticks. Ding. Detected that the difficulty of the mission to woo Han Chushue has been greatly reduced. It is not compatible with the God-level reward, Holy Splendor. Mission difficulty has been changed. Mission, passionate, has been changed. Lin Xian. The inexplicable system notification made Lin Xian's actions pause. Then he took a look. Really, he wanted to curse. The mission, T's little big sister, didn't change. It was still 80% progress. The reward also didn't change. It was still the heavenly lightning flash reward. That wasn't a problem either. Passionate. Advanced mission. Please do something embarrassing with Ling Ying and Han Chushue. Mission time limit. 1 month. Mission reward. God-level skill. Holy Splendor. Mission punishment. Level 0. Chapter 316. Lin Xian was dumbfounded. What the F***ck? This mission was supposed to be about wooing Han Chushue. But this system was too perverted. After detecting that the difficulty of wooing Han Chushue had been greatly reduced, and it might not even be that difficult anymore, it changed the amorous mission, to do it with the two of them together. What the F***ck? This was every man's dream, okay? But you turned this dream into a mission, and added a time limit and an unbearable punishment. This was unbearable. Lin Xian wanted to cry. He wanted to do it too. He had made a bet with Ling Ying before, but the bet was only about whether he could woo Han Chushue, and if he could woo Ling Ying, he could do whatever he wanted. She had no objections to the three of them doing it together. But it was just a casual remark at the time. Who knew what she was thinking now? Normally, no woman would agree to such a thing, unless she was a promiscuous woman. But were they promiscuous women? Definitely not. So this mission, damn it. It was going to explode, okay? But there was one thing that this system was humane about, and that was that the mission's time limit had been reset, which meant that from now on, he had a month to complete this mission. System, I beg you, I don't want to be a scumbag, I beg you. Lin Xian began to cry in his heart. What the F***ck? Wasn't this the behavior of a scumbag? This system is a scumbag system, the host only needs to enjoy it. Lin Xian. Enjoy? Enjoy your ass. He had to slowly work hard, and it didn't mean that he didn't need to do anything. What should he do? Getting these two goddess-like girls together in 1 month. Ling Ying had been dealt with, and the next step was to have sex with Han Chushue. He didn't know how difficult this was, but the most difficult part was getting both of them together. How could this be possible under normal circumstances? Speaking of which, system, the mission only said to get them together, but it didn't say how, right? That's right, any method is fine. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. Good. This system was still humane. If he really couldn't get both of them to agree, he could only use the obedient spray. At the very least, his level wouldn't drop to 0. Although this was the behavior of a scumbag, and there was a possibility that something unimaginable would happen when she woke up, she couldn't just let her level reset to 0, right? That definitely wouldn't do. Therefore, if he really couldn't do it, he could only use this kind of extreme method. Wasn't this forcing him to be a scumbag? He was really drunk. Although it was very satisfying, it was very annoying. What's wrong? Let's eat. Ling Ying asked curiously when he saw Lin Xian holding his chopsticks in a daze. Ah. Oh, eat, eat, eat. Then, Lin Xian bitterly ate his food. Han Chushue glanced at Lin Xian, then lowered her head and continued to eat without saying anything. Lin Xian was thinking about what to do. Now, he urgently needed to improve his relationship with Han Chushue, and he also urgently needed to know Ling Ying's thoughts on this matter. He needed to get to the bottom of this. So annoying. What do we do after eating? Ling Ying asked. It wasn't clear if he was asking Lin Xian or Han Chushue, or maybe both of them. Go home, Lin Xian said, then glared at Ling Ying. Oh my God. It was so stifling. He didn't want to do anything but solve this problem first. Having such a beautiful wife at home but not being able to touch her for so many days, who could stand it? He was an extremely normal man. Ling Ying saw Lin Xian glare at him. Of course, he was smart enough to know that Lin Xian's go home didn't just mean that he wanted to go home, but also that he wanted her to go home with him. As for why they were going home, she didn't even need to think about it. Want to have sex with her? Dream on. She was unhappy now. Impossible. Are we going home? Han Chushue heard Lin Xian's words and asked. She didn't know why, but when she heard that Lin Xian wanted to go home after eating, she felt an inexplicable sense of loss. She had never felt this way before, and she had never felt this way because of a boy's words. She just wanted to go shopping and chat with him after eating. That would feel so good. She left just like that. She inexplicably felt that in Lin Xian's heart, she, Han Chushue, wasn't important at all. He didn't even want to stay with her for a while longer. He wanted to go home after eating. Girls were sensitive. Perhaps a sentence or an action from another person would make them think for a long time and think a lot. Of course, the premise was that the girl cared about that person. Under normal circumstances, which boy wouldn't want to stay with Han Chushue for a while? Even if it was just for a second, it was Lin Xian who wanted to go home. For the first time, Han Chushue started to lose confidence in her appearance. It was really the first time. I have something to do. When I'm free, I'll take the initiative to ask you out. Lin Xian grinned at Han Chushue. Han Chushue nodded slightly. Hearing Lin Xian's words, her heart was comforted. At this time, Lin Xian's phone vibrated. Lin Xian glanced at it. It was a message from Ling Ying, who was sitting next to him. It meant that he had something to say to him alone. Later, she would go to the restroom first, and Lin Xian would also go to the restroom. Then, I'll go to the restroom first. Ling Ying laughed and then walked away. This girl can't possibly want to go to the restroom with me. Lin Xian thought happily in his heart. Little Chushue. Han Chushue didn't know why, but she didn't show any signs of anger towards Lin Xian's way of addressing her. Instead, she was shy. What? Han Chushue slightly adjusted the hair on her forehead and then looked up at Lin Xian. Do you have a boyfriend? Lin Xian grinned. Han Chushue. Why did he ask me this? Could it be? Ding. Feeling Han Chushue's shyness, scumbag points plus 10,000, mission progress, 90%. This Han Chushue was especially cold, to the point that it was indescribable. However, when things reach an extreme, they can only move in the opposite direction. On the contrary, if she fell in love with someone, it would be easier to make her shy. Maybe it was this kind of personality. It was difficult to enter her heart, but once you did, then congratulations, it would be easier than conquering any kind of girl. Maybe Han Chushue was in this state now. Otherwise, why would she be shy when Lin Xian asked her if she had a boyfriend? No. Han Chushue slightly cut the steak and answered. It was as if she wanted to move her hands a little so that she wouldn't appear to be at a loss. At first, Lin Xian's impression of her was that she was cold, the kind of cold that couldn't be approached, like Bing Lingyue and Linya outside. However, after getting familiar with her, especially after she fell in love with him, he felt that this Han Chushue was also very cute. Chapter 317. Lin Xian obviously knew that she didn't have a boyfriend. He just wanted to tease her and complete the mission. There was still the last 10%. Then do you want to find a boyfriend? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Han Chushue didn't know how to answer. It depends on fate. After a few seconds, Han Chushue said. Fate is right in front of you, Lin Xian said with a grin. Shua, Han Chushue's face suddenly turned red. She cut the steak faster to hide her shyness. It was completely subconscious. Ding! Felt Han Chushue's shyness. Scumbag points plus 10,000. Mission progress. 100%. Mission reward, Heavenly Lightning Flash, has been issued. Ding! You triggered the mission. Successfully confessed to Han Chushue. Lin Xian. Sure enough. One after another. Next was to confess to Han Chushue. Successfully confessed to Han Chushue. Mission time limit, 1 month. Mission reward, none. Mission punishment, none. Lin Xian. Really? If this system lady had a body, Lin Xian wanted to pull her out and beat her up. What was the meaning of this? Why was there no mission reward? I say, system lady, can you give me some face? Where's the reward? The mission difficulty is too low. The system will not give the mission reward. Lin Xian. Anyway, there's no mission punishment. I'm not doing this mission. Lin Xian replied unhappily. Whatever. Lin Xian. But he just said it. This was a meaningless mission that he had to do. Because only by completing this would he have a chance to do it with Ling Ying. In other words, only Han Chushue could be his girlfriend. Of course, that might not be the case. But it was normal. Helpless. Now Lin Xian placed all his hopes on the god-level skill, Holy Splendor. He had never seen a god-level skill before. Even the heaven-level skill was the one that Ling Long Shui gave him, but he had never used it. This god-level skill was so awesome. At this time, Lin Xian's phone vibrated again. He stood up. I'm going to the bathroom too. After saying that, Lin Xian left. Han Chushue sighed in relief. To be honest, she felt that those 10 seconds was the most nervous in her life. Even if she didn't feel any pressure in the past, why was she so nervous in front of Lin Xian? Was this still her Han Chushue? She patted her delicate cheeks, trying to wake up. To recover. What? You're going to disturb my relationship with my little Chushue. Your little Chushue, your big head ghost. Ling Ying said unhappily. Hee, you're jealous. Why would I be jealous? If I was jealous, would I let you two meet? Ha ha ha. Although Lin Xian laughed, it was indeed as Ling Ying said. If she was really unwilling, the three of them wouldn't be sitting together and even giving Lin Xian a chance to flirt with Han Chushue. What's the matter? Let's finish eating and go home. Little fairy is at work. Hee. Lin Xian laughed and stretched out his hand towards Ling Ying. Ling Ying quickly dodged. We're talking about serious matters. Don't touch me. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Say it. Lin Xian washed his hands at the side. Tonight, we're going to the beast territory. Ha! Tonight. Mainly to bring Han Chushue. Alu. Lin Xian was stunned. He didn't understand what Ling Ying meant. Ling Ying then sighed and said, although you saved her, and now she knows you're not dead, I thought she could return to normal, but I know that your image in her heart is too deeply ingrained. She even wants to go back to Tiandu. This is not the Han Chushue I know. Then you want me to flirt with her? Get lost. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Then what should I do? Ling Ying said, in any case, she won't listen to me. But because of how special you are to her, she will definitely listen to you. So when you suggest going to the beast territory later, she will definitely go. This way, she can gradually find her past self. At the same time, it can also raise her level. She hasn't reached the mysterious heaven realm yet. Normally, her realm is higher than any of us. I understand. Lin Xian nodded slightly. So let's do it like this tonight, okay? Ling Ying asked Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. Of course he could. He was at the 9 Stars Arcane Body Realm and also needed to reach the mysterious Heaven Realm. Ling Long Shui's fruit was not the only one. Although it was dangerous to farm by himself, it was also something that Lin Xian liked to do. But I have a request. Say it. Let's go home after dinner. Ling Ying. Really? She really wanted to beat up Lin Xian. Change it. I'm not in the mood. Ling Ying said unhappily. Then forget it. If you don't want to go back, I will. Let's forget about tonight's matter. After saying that, Lin Xian walked away. Hey. Ling Ying quickly stopped Lin Xian. She gritted her teeth. Too infuriating. It was really too infuriating. Okay, I'll agree to it. Ling Ying wanted to cry but had no tears. Lin Xian grinned. That's right. After saying that, he walked away happily. Ling Ying angrily followed behind him. I want to eat lobsters. Lin Xian slammed the table and said as he sat down. I say, can you not act like a little kid? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian helplessly. Usually, Lin Xian really gave her the feeling that he was an immature child. However, at crucial moments, he was more mature than anyone else and gave her a sense of security more than anyone else. Just like now, he slammed the table and shouted that he wanted to eat lobsters. What was this? Waiter. Han Chushue called out softly. Then, the lobby manager walked over. How can I serve you? Please give me your best lobster, thank you. No problem. Please wait a moment. Lin Xian grinned. Little Chushue is still the most considerate. Han Chushue said softly, It's nothing. It's nothing compared to your life-saving grace. Look at yourself. Lin Xian glared at Ling Ying. Ling Ying felt wronged. Damn it. Not only was she being scolded by Lin Xian now, but she would also be scolded by Lin Xian when she got home later. Who did she offend? She just wanted her best friend to recover. Wah. So miserable. Get lost. I want to eat. Don't talk to me. Thank you, Ling Ying said unhappily. Lin Xian smiled. Then, he looked at Han Chushue who was focused on cutting the steak and said, Little Chushue, what's your level? Han Chushue was slightly stunned and said, 9 Stars Arcane Body Realm. Why? Lin Xian thought for a moment and said, I'm also 9 Stars Arcane Body Realm. Why don't we go to the Beast Domain to level up tonight? The Sky Martial Assembly is about to start. Without Arcane Heaven Realm, it's impossible. With an expert like you, it's definitely safe. Lin Xian smiled and said, I'm also 9 Stars Arcane Body Realm. Let's see if I can level up to Arcane Heaven Realm. Chapter 318. Actually, this was nothing. Linya wouldn't have any prejudice because they were good friends. No matter who Linya treated, as long as it was a beautiful girl around Lin Xian, she would treat them as if they were Lin Xian's girlfriend. The three of them sat around the table and finished the noodles made by Linya. Little fairy, let's go. Lin Xian reached out his hand and gently pinched Linya's soft cheeks. Linya slapped Lin Xian's hand away and said softly, Be careful, little Ying. Don't let him mess around outside. Don't worry, Sister Linya. I'll look after him. Ling Ying said seriously. In reality, she would be bullied by Lin Xian. After that, Lin Xian and Ling Ying went to Han Chushue's house. As for Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue, Lin Xian sent them a message, meaning that he couldn't take them to the movies tonight. Ling Long Shui replied with an "Oh." Then, no matter how many messages Lin Xian sent her, she didn't reply. Damn. This girl won't be angry, right? Lin Xian looked at his phone and was speechless. Ling Ying knew what Lin Xian was going to do and said, if a guy promised a girl to go to the movies and didn't do it, the girl would definitely be unhappy. Damn. It's not your fault? Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Ling Ying. Get lost. You've been with me for a few hours. You're not happy when I ask you to go to the beast territory to kill some monsters. Ling Ying said angrily. Lin Xian then grinned. Cough cough. Well, I'm quite happy. Really, you're annoying me to death. Ling Ying said unhappily. Then who was the one who kept telling me not to stop? Lin Xian hugged Ling Ying's waist and laughed. Ling Ying's face suddenly turned red. Who said that? I asked you to stop. That's not the same. That's after the first time. I'm talking about the middle of the first time. Lin Xian's lips curled up. Get lost. Ling Ying broke free from Lin Xian's large hand and rolled her eyes at him in disdain. This bastard. If you tell me to get lost, I won't give you something good. Lin Xian said to Ling Ying with a mysterious look on his face. Although Ling Ying didn't really believe him, she still stopped and looked at Lin Xian with a curious look on her face. What good thing? Ha ha ha, call me Big Brother and I'll give it to you. Go to hell. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian smiled and took out the attribute increasing potion. This attribute increasing potion was something that he had prepared for Ling Ying a long time ago. What do you think this is? Don't tell me this is the attribute increasing potion you gave Yi. Ling Ying showed an extremely surprised expression. Of course, she wanted something like this, but she was too embarrassed to ask Lin Xian. Seeing that Lin Xian didn't give it to her, she was quite disappointed these 2 days. So, to Lin Xian, she wasn't even as important as Yi. But when Lin Xian took it out, the feeling from before was gone. Yeah, call me Big Brother and I'll give it to you. Big Brother. Ling Ying called out without hesitation. Lin Xian. Wow? He thought that Ling Ying would resist for a few rounds. Call me Baba. Ling Ying. Big Brother, give it to me. Hurry up and call me that. It's not like I didn't call you that in the afternoon at home. Ling Ying acted coquettishly. Of course, she knew that since Lin Xian took it out, he would definitely give it to her. It was just that. It didn't matter if she called him Big Brother, but she couldn't call him that. She called him that earlier because the environment was different. Lin Xian didn't tease her. In the afternoon, when they were in her room, this girl did call him that a few times. Here you go. Use it now. Ling Ying took the attribute increasing potion and injected it into her arm as she walked. A surge of energy flowed into it. She needed to choose between the wind and the dark element. Of course, she chose the dark element. In terms of strength, the dark element was definitely more powerful. In a sense, the rarity of the dark element was second only to the space and time elements. A surge of energy lingered around Ling Ying's body. Then, she stopped in her tracks and closed her eyes slightly. After more than 10 seconds, she opened her beautiful eyes and a ray of light shot out. How is it? My dark element has reached 100%. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian with an expression of incomparable surprise. Damn! How much did you add? Lin Xian exclaimed in surprise. 30%. Lin Xian was secretly speechless. This Ling Ying's luck was really good. Thank you. Then, Ling Ying hugged Lin Xian and kissed him happily on the face. Lin Xian. Damn. This Ling Ying would only take the initiative when he made her high on the bed. He would never take the initiative. You're so excited. Ling Ying nodded and said, You don't know how terrifying the power of the dark element will be when it reaches 100%. Oh. Then, Ling Ying disappeared in front of Lin Xian. Lin Xian. A second later, she appeared again. You can hide in the daytime? Lin Xian exclaimed in shock. Ling Ying nodded and said, Yes, this is the evolution of the dark element after it reaches 100%. It can be completely hidden in the daytime, but similar to teleportation, it can only be done in the dark. But it's enough. It can increase my strength by a lot. Ling Ying said excitedly. The dark element had extremely high functions. Shadow fixing, teleportation, concealment, etc., but there was a flaw. In the daytime, the functions were much less, and concealment was almost useless. But in the daytime, if it could be concealed in broad daylight, then it was needless to say how powerful it was. Congratulations! Lin Xian smiled. As expected, other than being a gong in bed, you have some other uses, Ling Ying said proudly. Damn! Then I'll let you know that being a gong in bed is definitely more powerful than my other uses. Lin Xian grinned. I already know that, okay? Ling Ying seemed to be in an extremely good mood. No one would not be excited after experiencing such a qualitative leap. Ling Ying's performance was already considered good. Then I'll have more when I get home. Lin Xian grinned. Ling Ying, forget it, I'll just treat it as a reward for you. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian held back his laughter. Women. Oh right, I'll give you a few more pills. Pills? Ling Ying was flabbergasted as he took the 4 pills. 2 for healing injuries, and 2 for recovering spiritual power. The recovery value should be at least 10 times that of the best medicine on the market. Ling Ying. Pills from Xianxia novels. Ling Longshui gave them to me. To be precise, I cheated her. You keep them. Just remember that there's such a good thing. Okay. Ling Ying nodded. No matter how unbelievable it was, if it was from the virtualized realm Ling Longshui, then she would definitely believe it. Thanks. Lin Xian then chuckled softly. With these 4 pills, will you be able to put on the Xian, Gone, Nay? Ling Ying. Scram. Pervert. Chapter 319. Soon, they arrived at Han Chushue's house. Damn. This is Han Chushue's house? It's a huge villa. Lin Xian exclaimed. In a place like Tianhua City, any villa would cost at least 15 million. Han Chushue really knew how to enjoy life. This is her family's property. After coming to Tianhua City, she lived here alone. Ling Ying said to Lin Xian, then took out the key to open the door and walked in. Hey, you still have her house key? Give me one. Ling Ying was speechless. I'll give you the water to wash my feet. Do you want it? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. He, I want it. Pervert. Lin Xian chased after him. Chushue, are you ready? Let's go. Ling Ying walked in and shouted. Coming. Han Chushue quickly walked down from upstairs. Wow. Seeing Han Chushue in a white dress, Lin Xian couldn't help but exclaim. Let's go. Han Chushue said to Ling Ying. Wait. Ling Ying looked at Han Chushue and asked, Are you planning to wear this to battle? Wearing a dress to battle was normal. Han Chushue was used to wearing it since she was young, even when she was in battle. Of course, wearing a dress to battle wasn't a good idea because it would be inconvenient. However, if she was used to it for more than 10 years, then it didn't matter. But it was a different story if she wore high heels. Han Chushue was stunned for a moment and looked down at what she was wearing. Big sister, do you think you're going to a beauty pageant? Ling Ying secretly touched his forehead. God. Was this the Han Chushue he knew? When did she become so stupid? Han Chushue's face was slightly red, then she quietly went back upstairs. A minute later, she changed into a pair of white shoes and walked down. Let's go. She acted as if nothing had happened. Whoosh, in the garage, a red sports car rushed out. Lin Xian and the other 2 sat inside while Han Chushue drove. Lin Xian sat in the back and laughed. Indeed, a beautiful car goes with a beautiful woman. What do you mean? Ling Ying, who was in the front passenger seat, said unhappily. Her unhappiness made Lin Xian confused. Damn. What do I mean? I don't mean I'm not a beautiful woman. Lin Xian was speechless. God. If this woman were to pick a fight with a man, it would be impossible to guard against her. Big sister. Spare me. I won't talk anymore, okay? Lin Xian made a gesture of locking his mouth and then quietly lay down behind the bed. Was the beast was the beast 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 was the beast beast. Beast 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 was a beast 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 beast. There were too many warriors there. Even if something like this had happened, the warriors still needed to improve their strength. They still had to go out and level up. Speaking of which, where are we going? After a few minutes, Lin Xian finally couldn't take it anymore and stopped talking. What a joke. Being in such a small space with two beauties of this level, as long as it was a normal man, he would take the initiative to speak. Unless you had no interest in them at all. Didn't you say you wouldn't talk? Didn't you say you wouldn't talk to me outside? Lin Xian said to Ling Ying. Ling Ying was speechless. Fine. She was used to it. She was like that. She forgot the pain after the scar healed. But Lin Xian was too infuriating. Did I say that? I didn't. Ling Ying said proudly. Fine, remember what you said now. Lin Xian laughed in his heart. Maybe this was why Ling Ying was so cute. Ling Ying panicked. Lin Xian wouldn't want to. My period is coming. My period is coming. I really hope you can always be here. To be honest, Han Chuxue was quite envious of the relationship between Lin Xian and Ling Ying. Arguing with each other all the time, wasn't that a sign of a good relationship? What about her? She was actually very envious of Ling Ying's personality because it was really easy to get close to others. She couldn't have such a personality even if she wanted to. In the past, she would never have such a thought. It was just that it had just appeared. Most of the time, all she could do was listen and watch Lin Xian and Ling Ying bicker with each other. She would just stand there and watch. She wanted to join them, but she didn't know where to start. I also don't know where to go. Ling Ying will lead the way. Han Chuxue said quietly at this time. Ling Ying hugged his chest and said angrily, to the 10,000 spider cave. Hearing Ling Ying's words, Han Chuxue frowned. How do we get there? Obviously, she knew where it was, but Lin Xian was dumbfounded. 10,000 spider cave? He had never heard of it. It should be related to spiders. Was it a spider-type monster beast? To be honest, he hated this kind of monster beast. It was too disgusting and scary when enlarged. He really didn't know why girls weren't afraid. Ling Ying looked ahead and said, because the Spider Emperor in the 10,000 Spiders cave has fallen recently, the dragons are without a leader. Recently, many martial artists have rushed to the 10,000 Spiders cave. I heard that there might be no less than 30 forces there tonight. Without the Spider Emperor, the 10,000 Spider Cave is not that dangerous. On the contrary, some of the good things there will attract countless cultivators. Han Chuxue asked, how did they know that the Spider Emperor had fallen? To be precise, they found the Spider Emperor's corpse outside. It seems to have died of old age, so they dared to go in. Moreover, their safety should be guaranteed. The 10,000 Spider Cave is basically in the dark. In the dark, my dark attribute is most effective. If it doesn't work, I still have Lin Xian's spatial power. Hey, don't count on me. If there's danger, I only care about myself. I'll escape alone. Ling Ying's lips curled up. Fine. You can escape alone. Did she not know Lin Xian well? Although he wasn't a saint, he at least maintained a human heart. He also knew that with one less human cultivator, there would be one less force to fight against the monsters in the future. Even if it was for himself and the place he lived, he would still choose to do this. Of course, knowing and not knowing were two different things. He had saved 40 Sky Martial Court students because they were his classmates. If it was a group of people he did not know, he would not have saved them without a special reason. Speaking of which, if the two of you are in the same realm, who's stronger? Lin Xian asked curiously. These two girls must have fought many times. If it's night, I'm confident that I can beat her. However, if it's day, I can't beat her. Ling Ying said. Not even with the dark attributes evolution? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Do you think Han Chushue's reputation is only known because of her beauty? In terms of cold energy, even Qin Xiaotian can't compare to my Chushue. No, my Chushue. Please understand, Lin Xian said. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.